basically we made him as an agent of Teemo as we were trying to gain some information about an arms dealer of why Teemo is doing business with a certain dealer, and then we eventually got the ability to meet up with some duke of some name, right, for a
Yes.
spacecraft, and then that's where we ended.
Yeah, like at a port, so to speak. But yes, you were all speaking to Duke Dimmock and let him know what you found out from Duke Piddock at his party, including some information that basically Teemo is working on developing some, I think, some battle droids. You presented Beetle as a example of that, and some information that basically Teemo might be trying to usurp the mighty Jabba.
Huh.
More or less, something like that. Maybe some more information in there as well. I think you sort of alluded to the fact that um, that you had some evidence on board your ship, but you sort of held that back. I forget what that exactly the evidence was. I did try to listen to the recording just before this.
The evidence being the insect dude.
Well, because you let him wander off into the desert, I thought it might have been a. Yeah, maybe you were referencing that or
Was
lying.
there an audio bite from the prior fights when we first met? Oh my gosh.
Rivos.
Revos, thank you.
I do. Yeah, you did have some audio clippings from Angu Drom, the thug. Hey, the thug out of Nabat on the planet of Ryloth, Ryloth.
Ryloth, I think.
Yep.
Rylov, yeah.
So yes, Angu Drom had some recordings that might have been good evidence against Teemo, but essentially,
You
yeah.
scored pretty high on that, right?
Is that what you remember?
Yeah.
I thought someone had net 20.
I think we had a 3 out of 5 or something like that.
You had a 3 out of 6 or more.
3 out of 6.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
pretty high.
natural 20. Same thing.
So he said, well, you make a good case for yourselves. I can't say that I'm too eager to be linked to these schemes, but I will offer what assistance I can. You are aware that a cargo ship is due to depart from Oshuta. Wait 20 minutes before you launch your attack. It will be suspicious if I called all my guards away from the cargo ship, so expect some resistance. But I will instruct the pilots to assist you once you are aboard.
We're
We
boarding the cargo ship, which is Teemo's, correct?
You haven't quite told me that yet. So, Duke Dimmock is offering you to board the ship that is known as the Lucky Guess, and it has cargo going to Teemo's palace on Tatooine, Moshuta.
So
Um,
we're planning on getting in. Sorry, I'm still in recap mode.
Nobody's
So
planned
we're
yet. That's what I'm. Yeah,
okay.
I was sort of left it with like, hey, are you guys gonna go on the Lucky Guess? Are you guys going to take your own, which is quite
dangerous.
known, right? It's a known stolen vessel from the Trandoshan. What was his name?
Rex.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Trex.
Rex.
Are we
So now we're at
recording,
the
Jeff?
point.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, this little feller stole his ship. Then you burned him in
We had to
the
kill him twice.
in the lilac den.
That's right.
He did down Zyle at one point at the very beginning, episode one.
He downed most of
Yes.
us, I think, didn't he?
He
It
yeah,
was close.
he
I
was
remember we got a nat 20. I got back to 1 hit point.
that's right. You had miraculously coming back to life. That is the lost episode that I was not recording and did not have my Twitch set up to save settings. So
And of Trek was the star of that episode.
It was a pretty great episode.
He was the only one. I think he killed the killing shot, didn't Minik?
Yeah, he was the only one that like didn't come close to dying
Yeah.
and could kill people.
So yes, Trex the Trandoshan. That's the ship you have on the crate Fang.
Okay,
So
so as
it's
far as
up to the party to start talking about our game plan.
That would be a good thing. I believe I
Planning.
sent Teemo's Palace the layout. All of you know it.
Because we naturally have worked or been around the area with odds and ends and whatnot, correct? That was how we all knew of it?
Oh yes, everyone had some tie to Teemo and has been in his palace. And you can ask me about features of the palace and what you would know, and I'm happy to answer them.
okay, what I was curious about was the little kind of gladiator arena in the middle of the throne room. I suppose there's a barrier between the throne itself and the gladiator arena.
Sure, like a pit. Yep.
Right. Gotcha.
I don't know that it is like caged at all. I think it's just a deep pit that you couldn't easily climb out of.
Gotcha. Couldn't easily climb out of.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay. As far as planning goes, what was our ideas?
Guns blazing. No, I'm just kidding. Ravos definitely would like the idea of like kind of being that. So since Teemo still doesn't know what likely happened to the gang and all that, Rivos could have been essentially like being a bounty hunter and captured the group, right? And this obviously could be a ruse, but he would bring the group in, and then we would attack when we have the moment too. So we'd get past some of the guards in the beginning, right?
Return of the Jedi style.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Or
We
could
could
go through
flip
the
it.
vents. Oh, you're turning to me as a Jedi?
Yeah. Yes.
Also down. Also down. That is amazing. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a terrible idea, but it's a great idea at the same time. However, we also could maybe like go through the vents and like maybe put like some like tear gas or some sort of gas in it and like kind of incapacitate some folks and then go in a little bit subterfuge way, or we could just grab our ship and literally ram it into the base.
I remember I was researching this. I had the idea of sending spice through the vents, because I had Yudo had purchased some spice while he was on Ryloft, not knowing what he would use it for. Of course, I now realize that Carrick, the spice that he bought, is actually a healing item. So I don't know how helpful that would be.
Damn it.
I'm sure we could find some more spice where we are.
He does
We
still
could
have some
also-
grenades, though.
He has grenade. What kind of grenades?
I managed to pick up some stun grenades as well as a fragmentation grenade that I'll still have.
What if I'm gonna speak for Beetle. What if I? No, I'm just kidding. What if I got rid of the security system?
That was the other idea that I was mulling over. We just kind of disable electronics and be discreet on our way in.
From the cargo ship, could we hide in any cargo crates to get let into the receiving area?
Is that something we could do, Jeff?
Yeah.
Do that. That
Yep.
sounds like a safe plan.
I like that idea, and then we could go to the communications hub from the workshop and receiving area. I'm looking at the map, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I popped it out, so it'll. I figure I'm gonna look at it a lot.
Yeah, and
In the chat for the
yes, that was handy. Thank you.
Yes.
what's
Yeah,
that? Hey Jeff, what's that room north of the communications hub?
It is, I believe, a set of like servers. Let me see. It doesn't really have a room name, does it?
As if it's a shield generator or a power plant. Either one could be useful to destroy.
Um, yeah, it's not really named, but I imagine it as like, yeah, a rack of like power cells that, yeah, sort of, yeah, the electronics and power hub.
Well, it would be good to disable the communications hub because, like, what if we're gonna take over Teemo's operations and become the next Dymos? Like, we could do the right thing, but
Thinking
still have
ahead,
an
I
empire.
liked it.
What's the best way to avoid Inquisitors? Act like a drug kingpin.
Nice.
Yeah.
Um,
Do we know if there are any security features that would be scanning cargo going into the palace?
Um, Scanning cargo. So, some of you have probably worked the cargo receiving area, and they don't have any like fancy scanning equipment. It's sort of like something comes in and gets loaded until it can be, processed later. You do know the landing pad is only sized for basically one medium-sized starship, and you know that that little spot jutting out from the landing pad hosts a laser cannon, like a mounted laser cannon that needs to be operated by someone, but could potentially shoot someone that's leaving that Teemo doesn't want to be leaving, or shoot down a sky attacker kind of thing.
I think we should definitely go through the cargo.
Discreetly?
Yeah.
Okay. I agree.
Of course you do. You don't know what his discreet like is in my other game.
Hey, here's the thing. Not every single creature is immediately gonna scream out, "Oh, there's enemies!"
Um,
And then I had to kill an entire clan of lizards because of it. I'm just kidding. That was fun. Great.
The other idea that Euro may have considered, bearing in mind that he bought a whole bunch of spice, is to try and concoct something poisonous out of it. It itself is actually good for you, except for the high afterwards. But
so hold
I'm
on.
wondering if well, I mean, Euro wouldn't know this, I guess. Is there any kind of commonly known way to turn an addictive spice into something poisonous? Like, is there a way to
Yeah, what do you think Euro would do to try to figure that out?
I don't know. I think he'd be relying on street smarts or something like that, or like you don't mix baking soda with vinegar or something, right? Like,
Right, right.
that's a street smart. That's a street smart thing for sure.
Power cells.
So uh, you have a healing spice, and you're wanting to try to make it into a poison.
Yeah, what it describes. So Karak is described as a powerful painkiller, allows creatures to continue through the most grievous injuries, and you can apply the substance to a creature within 5 feet.
I mean, I would imagine that if you just sort of applied too much of it, you would make someone sort of numb to where they couldn't use their body. I would be okay with that. Or if you did mix it with something, I'm sure like any spice, if they're snorting this stuff or whatever, like if it even was,
Like an overdose. Yeah.
or even if it was mixed with something not right, like they might have nosebleeds. They might I don't know how most of the spice is taken, but
Well, here's what it says for this one. For the duration of their current, if this would reduce your maximum hit points to 0, it instead becomes 1. So it's a
right.
free nat 20 on a death save, but it's also, yeah, might not be too useful. There's a DC 14 Constitution save for resisting addiction, but that's not super helpful.
Yeah, I mean, if you can come up with a logical way, I would be open to it. I'm just thinking of, yeah, throwing in some stuff and that would, make them sneeze or vomit or whatever.
Bravos is gonna roll if it's possible a streetwise roll. I don't think I'm proficient in it, but I might
Streetwise?
have picked up something with
I
like
think you're referring to another edition. What's Streetwise?
or sorry, I
Wisdom?
misheard that earlier. Wisdom maybe.
Maybe a lore check, I think.
Yeah. Can I do?
I don't know
What I'm
what you want.
saying
Yeah.
is Bravos probably in his time working for Teemo would probably have known of some sort of like ill attempt for someone to like cut into their spice quality, right? And there's like a grave error with that,
Uh huh.
and that could be something I might be able to recall.
Sure. Yeah. You can do a lore check. Yeah, you remember that there are probably lots of attempts on the hut, and that there's been some, trying to thin out the supply or make it last longer, make it look like there's more in there when there's not. But the thing that you do recall, because you don't really know how people did it or what was successful or not successful, you know that Teemo likes to have a quality product for his reputation, and you also know that Teemo himself is has been poisoned, but it has not had the effect that one may have wanted.
Yeah, he's a rather large creature.
Yeah,
I'll
you
relay
need.
that to the group.
Okay, so it seems like poison might be out of the question then.
You can poison him with that grenade.
Oh, that was the other thing that occurred to me. What if we just slip it into his soup or something like that?
The long
Uh,
way to the kitchen.
Does anybody
Amazing.
does anybody remember any of the um, NPCs that you may have heard that you've worked with before, particularly the sister of the Twi'lek girl? Does anyone remember that?
her name, but I think I remember her. It was a red tomb like image, right?
Yeah, she had a sister named Oscara, and so you know a few of the workers there in Teemo's employ. Obviously, you know that he hires a bunch of Gamorrean thugs and whatnot. A lot of Quailish folks.
Do we know approximately how many?
Um, it really depends, because even though you walked around the palace, there's always like folks moving around. I would say that you would estimate, because he has, anywhere between like 4 and 6 gladiators that and he goes through gladiators a lot, so they're always kind of coming and going and dying and whatnot. Um, you might estimate, let's see, because oftentimes even in the audience there are people that are loyal to him. I would say you probably imagine that with the gladiators and his support folks and the workers, there might be upwards of 20, um, 20 to 30, like loyal thugs and Gamorreans, and
Right, that's a lot. Um,
I'll narrow that down, 15 to 25.
sure. Well, I think it'd be helpful to have a plan A and a plan B. At least assuming one doesn't work, we can go for the other one.
Get in and fight our way out.
Sounds about right. What
Hopefully
if
it's plan A.
we let out all the gladiators?
Could we do that from that tech server area?
Well, either that, or maybe we split up. Someone goes to let out all the gladiators one by one, and the rest of you go to the communications and like hill systems or whatever. I mean, splitting up is an awful idea.
It's a great idea. Nothing could go wrong.
Your friendly DM is not opposed to a TPK to end the session.
Gotta go out with a bang, right?
As Zyle comes in, hey bud, we're
Yeah,
just
good time
talking
to
about
go back.
TPKing the party.
Whatever.
So check your messages. I may have given you a private message. So yes, we were just. Go ahead.
Whoever survives this encounter in the TPK, that character is brought into the next campaign. Everyone else has to roll new characters.
I'm not seeing a message.
It's okay. It's only to certain people.
Is it
Guess that's not me.
through Foundry?
Yes.
Okay.
So yes, we were just discussing how you all had gotten information from Duke Piddock and gave it to Duke Dimmock. Dimmock is offering you all a ride on the Lucky Guess, a cargo ship destined to Teemo on Tatooine in the town of Moshuda. And the party's been discussing sort of how to infiltrate his palace. I think if you look up in the chat, there is a palace layout. You've just learned that Teemo employs somewhere between 15 and 25 various folks loyal to him. He's got like a central gladiator arena type of situation, and the kitchenette and the communications hub and all that. So yeah, that's what we're currently discussing. And Duke Dimmock did say that he has to sort of save face by having some resistance as you make your way to the Lucky Guess, but he's talked to the pilots and they've agreed. They've reached an agreement to let you come aboard, if that's the route you want to take. I think the party was leaning towards hiding in cargo, if I recall.
Did you see my most recent message?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. So what should we set as plan A?
So QB kind of is walking around. He looks really hesitant, irritated, and he asks everybody to come together and come close. And obviously asks Euro to go ahead and translate for him. And QB kind of looks down and he just kind of got his head held low. And he says, "Guys, I have something to tell you. I've always been a loyal agent to Teemo. He ransacked my village when I was really young, and he kind of brainwashed me, and I've done many bad things growing up through the ranks. And I just thought this would be another job. I've been secretly sending him messages throughout our entire travels, letting him know where we were going, what we were doing. And I feel really bad about that."
I put a gun to his head immediately, without hesitation, like mid explanation.
Europe doesn't stop.
But like I said, I feel like a new sense is in me, and I was really worried about Hapham exposing me. But I think that I have Teemo's trust, and I think that we could probably use that trust against him. And I've just really grown to remember what it's like to have friends and people who you can have called comrades and you can work with, and just really looking forward to. I just hope you guys forgive me, and I think we can make a real difference here. And I really want to stick with you guys. I understand if you don't trust me or don't believe me now, but I had to get this off my chest, and I really hope that we can unite against Teemo.
I could shoot him now, and we could just, no one would have to know, and it would be the easiest thing we could do.
I'm
Have you
gonna
told him?
see if he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
What do I roll against?
So if you are deceiving him, you could roll a deception check, or you can, I mean, you could do it as a private
Persuasion
roll.
or
Deception if you're lying, or yes, I guess it would be. I'd have to look at the sheet. It's been so long,
I
guys.
think it would be persuasion technically.
Or you can
Persuasion.
just do a hidden roll to deceive us on your deception.
Yeah, and you could do it a private roll.
Right.
So if you do it a private GM roll, I will narrate appropriately. Sorry, I got Minix sheet up.
And I look at Exile and I step in between the blaster and say, such aggression and anger only leads to a bad path.
Shut up.
I understand.
that was quick.
I know you're, your force types are, are deaf or something, because he listens to the force all the goddamn time. He just told us straight up, like without hesitation, that he was working for Teemo the entire time. He knows we're coming. We're fucked.
I look, kind of motion to Exile to look down towards my hands, and you can see that my lightsaber is like facing backwards to like basically if I were to activate it, it would essentially attack QB or no,
Yeah, that's QB.
yeah, QB right away.
So wait, who saw what rolls? I mean, everyone sees Revos's roll.
Yep.
Okay, but nobody saw QB's.
Nobody saw Kubi's roll.
Okay. So, Revos, what you can gather from your insight check is there is some genuineness. Like, you can tell that this little Ewok has been feeling torn. That he, even now, you see him sort of trembling a little bit as he shares this information with you. Whether he's telling the truth or not, whether he's going to change his mind or not, is hard to tell. But you could tell like this is something that he's battled with for possibly several planets in your time together.
I take that in, but I look to Exile and say, I don't believe only in the Force. I just don't want you to go in a path of self-destruction that I once was.
You know how many times I haven't been shot, Jedi? Any idea? No, you tell me,
QB
Mr.
looks
Mind
back at
Reader.
him. QB looks back at him and says, "Yeah, you've been knocked out many times.
Shut the hell
I've
up!
seen you."
I was about to say many, many times. Lots and lots and lots.
People can
That's
redeem
true.
themselves. I hid during Order 66, and I watched several children that I could have saved that were Padawans from the clone troopers. For what? Nothing. Just my own survival being a coward, and I redeeming myself by trying to do something better. Just don't go down that path.
Oh my fucking god, I can't believe this shit. Well, I can't. So,
We can prove it. I can prove it to you guys. We can set up a plan, and we will send the message to Teemo. I think that what we should do is tell them that we're going through the front gate, and it will be a surprise that we enter off of the ship. And I can have him bring all of his forces to that front gate.
how do I
I
know this
think-
recorder's not even on right now?
I don't have a recorder.
You just said you did.
I've been sending messages through those comms. You might recall when we were in the sand town, and that ship was sitting outside that you saw me, or maybe at least someone in the party had seen me in the ship sending a message.
I don't believe him. Can you do the insight check?
Yes, say what you said again, Steve, so I can.
I'm saying that I'm willing to send not a telegram, but a comm message to Teemo that we're gonna enter in one location, that he should be prepared.
And Zyle, you're trying to see if he's telling the truth.
I want to. He says he doesn't have active recorder on him, which I call bullshit, and I'm never check against the plan he wants to execute on.
Okay. Yep. So go ahead and roll insight and QB. Give me a private appropriate check, either deception or persuasion.
Hold on.
Um, Zyle, you believe everything that he's saying. He sounds very genuine.
You know what we should do? And he steps in between. Revos steps in between Revos and Exile and says, "Let's just go with the plan where we're going through the cargo dock area and go into some crates. It's gonna take Teemo up for a surprise. We're gonna have no information relayed, and if for some reason they're ready, waiting for us at the cargo receiving area, I personally myself will kill you with my lightsaber."
I believe this is fair.
Really? Really?
Okay.
A Jedi is going to kill a allegedly innocent Hut agent, huh?
I never said I was the Jedi.
That's true.
I think that plan checks out, even though I think it would be better that you trust me and we can actually get them off guard and have all of their forces in a different location. But that plan would check out. It would make sense.
I'm still visibly upset, but I slowly holster the weapon. I swear to God, if this
Good
does
for my
not
brother.
work, if this does not work, oh, let me tell you, I'm gonna snap your neck myself, and I will make a mess of it. That's a promise.
I'll help.
So this is all happening between the meeting with Duke Dimmick on the gantry where ships are sort of held. And
Oh, cool. So he saw all this. This is
no,
great.
no, I was thinking that you had walked away, and on your way to the lucky guess, you're walking across all these platforms and following these signs, and I imagine that this actually had to stop in the middle as QB revealed this information.
Were
More
there
or
any
less.
were there any witnesses right now, or we kind of like isolated the corridor that nobody was in?
Yeah, it's sort of like open air, like scaffolding, so you could see
Okay.
sort of movement around that's just too far. Nobody's nearby.
Yeah, no one's gonna pay any heed.
Right.
All right. I'm not happy about this. I am very, very upset about this. But on the same merit, it is a lot of money, and odds are I'll never see any of these people again. So I'm like, you know what? Whatever. This is fine. We're gonna get through this, and we're gonna get paid, and we're gonna move on. That's kind of that's my internal monologue on that one.
All right.
So what's our plan? We'll arrive covertly, I think, no matter what. So that's going to be both plan A and plan B, because once we're at that point, we can't go back. From there, what do we do?
Once you hopefully trust me, then you can send me through because they'll think that I am on their side still.
So we have you not in the cargo area at all, and we actually have you like in the front, and we just vibe out for a little bit, relax in cargo pods. From there, you go in the front door, have everybody distracted, and once you get into the front door, how will we know that? Do you have a way to contact us once you're in?
I could get to the communication room. I think it would be suspicious if I just showed up randomly without anyone, though. So, if I understand Rivos's plan that he wants to stay and wait instead of making any communication with them, but I think it would be best that, yeah, I guess,
Cuff me. Bring me with you. Teemo's already upset with me. It's gonna prove goodwill.
What if we had Beetle go with you guys too? You reprogram the droid, and then everyone else goes the other way.
That's also a good idea. Everybody else in the cargo pods, you can cuff me. Say you captured me. Me and Teemo can have a heart-to-heart about what a fat fucker he is, and then we can move on from there.
how do we explain that, oh, the rest of the party not being with us,
We split up. So some of you are now. This is, I think, this is the becoming a thing. So we're going to tend send Kubi with Exile and Cups, and the rest of us are covert. Are we splitting? Maybe
Beetle,
that's a bad
Kubi,
idea to
and
split the party
myself
still.
are going in the front, and it's gonna be the bait would be they captured me, and they are escorting me for Teemo for my judgment. The rest of you would be in the cargo pods, and while all the attention's on me, because let's be honest, my large rotund self is going to attract a lot of attention. You should have the freedom to leave yourself in the cargo pods and move across the base, and eventually make your way to Teemo.
We can
Oh yeah.
bust in through the grand hallway and like go from the workshop to the grand hallway. Is that doorway there? But what do we think of of trying to disable like electronic systems and stuff like that, like communications up?
Yeah, that's what I think we should do. Like the people that are going through the cargo docks, we go straight there, basically get rid of the communications, right? And the people that are going through up front is kind of just creating that distraction, right? And then likely they would be taken to the throne room, and then we could essentially also assault the throne room after destroying all communications. Maybe.
That might work.
So that'll be our. I'm gonna write this down by the way. So this will be our plan A. We're gonna have Kubi, Exile, and Beetle going through the front entrance, pretending to be delivering Exile for a bounty. That's the first part of that plan. Okay, and the second part of that plan is that the rest of us are arriving covertly, trying to disable electronic systems in the communications hub, and then going through the grand hallway to attack Teemo with everybody else.
I imagine they're gonna have us throw
We would have to.
Exile into a gladiator cell or something, right? Some type of prison.
There's probably going to be a show. I would like to imagine how traders get their just rewards. I'm speaking in Huddies right now. I actually speak in Huddies,
Same.
and it's just like it makes them. They're going to have some grand, extravagant showing of like how betraying great Teemo is such a very very inconsequential matter. And then I'll just like kind of egg them on and try to get some laughs out of the crowd and basically act as a stalling tactic while the rest of you try to figure out how to get to me. And once that happens, we can go from there.
Hey Jeff, do we know what's Teemo's favorite thing to do when someone's turned in when they deliver Han Solo to Jabba the Hutt? His what does he do? Does he send them into the gladiator pits right away, or does he have them executed? Or
Sometimes, depending on the day, it is right then and there. There is a gladiator brought in to bring out the blood. Sometimes he holds them for a later bloodbath, but it's mostly always, yeah, just a gladiatorial sort of entertainment for all of his esteemed guests and loyal patrons.
okay. So we may want to avoid putting Exile at that kind of risk.
Which is why I want to stall, meaning you need to get to me before that has the opportunity to happen.
Yeah.
You do know that Teemo doesn't have any like beasts, no lilacs or whatnot. Rancors, nothing. Yeah, sorry.
So nothing surprising then. So it will be just another mercenary that wants to get paid.
Right, the gladiator cells are for single humanoid individuals, and you know that nowhere else in the palace is there a big enough spot for like a rancor or anything.
How about you do this? We still go through the cargo dock area, right? Via the basically storage and cargo. Then about like 2 hours later or an hour later, that's when Exile shows up. Is with QB as well as Beetle.
Yeah. Delay there. I like that. Okay, so I'm gonna start writing some things down for Plan A.
Yep, that will give you enough time to get settled, maybe get out and begin that process. When you start that process, that's when we should be going in. That should be enough time for you to finish what you need to do in the communications hub and eventually get to me. And then from there, just what all hell break loose.
We planning on? So we have some allies, right? I mean, we were asked to sort of kind of check this stuff out. I wonder if we want to communicate with them and let them know. Perhaps we can get some of them in the mix.
We could could also shop and get like gas grenades and stuff.
I think
Could
we're
we?
beyond. Are we beyond the shopping point?
Yeah, the shopping point would require sort of going back. You're actually on the gantry area. You see the crate Fang. You have access to your ship or anything that's on the ship, but yeah, shop is a little out of the way.
Okay.
What if we use their communications hub to send a transmission to Jabba?
Jabba wants them gone, don't they?
Yeah. What if we got help from Jabba? I mean, Alpha. I don't know if you'll respond on short notice, but
Well, being an agent, I mean, I have lots of connections with other agents across the galaxy. I'm not sure. I guess that'd be up to Jeff what his thoughts would be. I'm sure I would have had some run-ins with Jabba. He would
That's a
maybe not
little
tell me
above your
specifically, but
yeah, that's a little above your pay grade. Since you were working for Teemo, Teemo has his folks, and yeah, the Hut Enterprise would not necessarily share their thugs.
got it. I wouldn't I wouldn't have a buddy over in the West Coast that I would message. It's a little more spread out than that.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So
So
you begin to approach the
Plan B, guns blazing.
gantry. You'll still have time to plan, fear not. You approach the gantry, and you see the lucky guess sitting there. There are several platforms empty of ships that have lots of different cargo containers, and you see sort of buzzing about a handful of Geonosians that seem to be sort of just hanging out. They have, oh my gosh. Sorry, they're broken. Okay, continue
no.
planning. What the hell?
So, lightsaber force person. I still don't remember your name.
People
Realist.
Bravos. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to disarm myself because it has to look realistic. I'm going to give you my weapons. The first thing you do when you see me when you get into Teemo's throne room, assuming I'm not dead, that's a big, big if, is you're going to break my restraints and you're going to give me my weapons. You're going to throw them to me.
Of course.
That is the first thing you do when you step in that room. I don't care what happens. I don't care if things are going horribly. I don't care if Teemo's having a fucking laugh in the corner. You're going to give me those. Or we're all going to die.
Why
Or
don't
else
you
I'll
store
die.
blaster on Beetle?
Does Vito have a compartment where I can store things?
A what?
Beetle have any compartments you can store stuff on?
I mean, if I can give him my data pad and my gun, I'll be kind of useful.
Oh yes, small things like that, sure.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll do that instead. But you, Rivos, need to break my restraints using whatever bullshit space magic you happen to have.
Yes.
I'm not a big fan of the Force. Did you know?
Laughing at you. No, he's actually laughing at you. He's just like,
Who has
Uh-huh.
who has the remote shock binders that was custom made?
XO.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh damn! I forgot I had those. Shit, I can just use those.
You're welcome.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah.
On the trip over, Minnick is going to be working on creating probably 2 devices. Probably one for QB and one for Euro, but they might be able to help. I don't know if I can display it. No, damn it. Basically, it's a device that can either create a small explosion, a loud noise, or smoke for 1 minute, or a small electrical fire.
Electrical fire is a good idea.
To answer your question, Euro, he goes through them so quickly that you would
Would not.
not. I mean, on the weekly, he's probably going through anyone that stays long enough to survive.
Gotcha. device, object. Okay.
Create a small explosion, repeating loud noise for a minute, smoke for a minute, a small electrical fire.
I think I've amassed enough parts and pieces to make 2 devices.
So you don't have an hour right now, but of course you are...
During travel.
Yes, during travel you would fly and have time.
So shall I add that to plan A? How about when we're ready to finally converge and deliver Exile's guns and spring the trap, we use these little bombs to create a whole bunch of smoke. Give some cover while we sort it out.
I like that. I also do like the idea of an electrical fire in the communications hub. Make it as a malfunction, not as something that's like an actual, like sabotage.
And have one of each.
Okay. I wonder how big the smoke screen is, but I think it'll be useful either way.
In a hallway, it's pretty big.
Yeah, granted. Okay.
So you approach on the gantry. You see these platforms, and you see those Geonosians with rifles strung on their backs, and they are just sort of patrolling. You see from your vantage point there are 5 of them, and then you see the lucky guest sitting there on that furthest platform, which is clearly labeled, and you recognize it as the one described by Duke Dimmock.
Sorry, I'm switching browsers. Hold on.
I can't keep myself together by seeing this 3D model of a Gungan with the biggest head ever known in existence.
The top down?
D model.
The 2D.
The top down.
The top. Yeah, top down. It is
He does have a pretty big head.
quite terrible, but hilarious.
Oh,
In a good way.
Yeah, I thought we'd do top down tokens for this one. So yeah, you're walking along. You see it to the north there.
All right.
You see all these boxes of cargo and stuff, and you see this one sort of buzz down, and he says, hold it right there.
You know while we're here, yeah? You were probably given instructions by your Duke.
Our instructions are to protect this ship and this platform. What is your business?
Well, Duke Dimmock is lending us, well, to would someone like to articulate our plans?
Duke Dimmock said that we could utilize the ship to gain access to Teemo's fortress.
We have orders to protect the ship. No one shall come or go.
Yes. But what if I told you that we're allowed to be here? That's
Kind of roll my eyes.
I was like, are you doing a Jedi mind trick? Or are you?
I don't have Jedi mind, but
We aren't coming or going, we're coming and going.
He
Exactly.
looks at you confused. He holds his weapon and he sort of calls over and oops, you see, gosh, I had too many selected. Sorry, now Rebos is off the platform. You see another one sort of start to buzz towards you. He's got his weapon drawn. They speak in their native tongue. And after a few moments, they raise their weapons and they say, no entry.
Well, Euro's going to try and... Euro knows that Geonosians aren't very bright. You'll say, well, what if on a technicality, we were just getting inside the cargo, so we were neither coming nor going, just as a part of the cargo of the ship. What if you consider we are the cargo, perhaps?
They look a little confused. Go ahead and roll a deception with disadvantage.
Oh no. At least I'm proficient in that. All right. Disadvantage is control, right?
Yes. Wow. So they sort of look at each other, and so you've sort of convinced one. He sort of steps aside, and the other one looks, and I'm gonna see if. Yeah, the other one, he sort of stands his guard and sort of, clicks in their language back to him, and he says, "No entry."
Well, we're not even entering, perhaps. What if we just stay at this threshold and then get into whatever cargo boxes are on our side of this room?
Uh, roll initiative. This is that's good. Good try. Yeah, these guys.
We're,
I
we're
mean,
not technically entering, and if we go any past this threshold, it'll be because you take us there.
I want to ask though, because like what I was going to be doing in this circumstance, I just wanted like that to go through. Is that if there were to be any hostile action, I would have attempted force disarm on one that's trying to attack us.
well,
Yeah.
they're not doing like a surprise round. So since everyone's aware of everyone else, there's no like surprise round. Everyone's just initiative based on how fast you respond.
Would you like me to roll deception?
Not anymore. Nope.
Okay.
uh, you guys had that one battle just totally skipped in the very first episode. So
Surprised Exile didn't just blast one of them.
yeah.
So mad.
He's
Look,
panicking.
I kind of want to make this work, but it's tempting. I'm not gonna lie.
Make what work? I need Zyle and Euro to roll initiative.
Oh, okay.
Well, all right.
Yeah, I guess my little initiative buttons weren't working. All right, Zyle, do you need There
That's
we
like
go.
pushing buttons. Sorry.
It's all right.
There you go.
QB, you get the lead here. You are hanging out in the back on that platform. And for whatever reason, you're the fastest one.
Well, yeah. Extras. Yeah, so we're taking these guys out, right? I thought we were just gonna be with them on the ship, so
Yeah, you recall Duke Dimmick telling you that he couldn't take away all his guards, but that you've heard him say the pilots would take you on the ship, but he didn't say that they were Geonosians.
okay.
These guys are definitely not pilots.
So seeing as this guy here is within 5 feet of Rebos, I'm gonna go ahead and use my standard sneak attack as long as I can hit him. Oof.
Yeah, that's a miss. He sort of zips out of the way as he sees it coming.
Alrighty. I'm gonna go ahead and use bonus. No, there's really nothing to hide. I think I'm going to move back here.
Okay. Yeah, there's like a small railing, and of course there's boxes everywhere, so we'll
Kind of
use...
picturing I'm ducking behind this box in front of me.
Perfect. All right. Zyle, you see the negotiations with the Geonosians did not go as well as the ones with Duke Dimmock.
Ah, fun. It's my turn.
I'm gonna like shrink Rebos down. He's sort of way too big for my taste.
The head is just so absurd.
Yeah.
Hit.
15 does hit. Yep. So, yeah, what's the damage on that? Okay.
I'm not sure why it's not doing it automatically, but it's what it is.
Yep. Fantastic. So he takes 3 damage from your light pistol as it penetrates a little bit of his carapace there. And now you're in his space, so just.
Nope, end my turn.
All right. All right. This guy here is going to zip and sort of duck behind a box there. He is going to target Zyle with his blaster rifle. Hitting you and doing just 2 damage there as he has a little bit of cover from his box there.
Awesome.
Okay. Beetle. We got Euro after the next enemy.
Beetle is going to raise his wrist blaster and shoot at the Genoshan.
Nice hit. Blasts easily, doing 3 damage as his wing starts to get clipped and he starts to be a little bit more wobbly in his flight pattern. He is going to... Great. He's going to respond right in front of Zyle there. He's got his blaster rifle. You're too close for him to have an effective shot. He takes it up and tries to strike you in the face with the butt of the... Oh, there you got sound effects going. So he misses comically. Zyle, give me a comic miss for this Geonosian as he tries to hit you with the base of his rifle.
The one in front of me?
Yep.
So for some reason, the weapon itself is significantly heavier than the Geonosian. So when he tries to headbutt me with the weapon, instead he not only did he completely miss me entirely because the weapon's so heavy and he's so slow, but the force of the weapon actually drags the winged creature down to the ground, and he actually hits the floor.
Nice.
Not
So
in a damaging ray, but more of a prone. Prone works. Yep.
I'm going with prone. All right, you see him just sort of flop down as he wasn't with the last clip of his wing and the way that the gun was and how he came at you just did not work out for him. Euro.
Is this little elevated platform to the left of Euro, is it elevated?
It is elevated. Yep, it's got some boxes on it. It would be, yeah, fair. I would say a couple steps up. So yeah, you would be able to just lift yourself up on it.
Right. So Euro's gonna vault over that.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have to make an acrobatics check or anything like that?
Nope.
Okay.
It's only, I was gonna say like 3.5 feet up.
All right. You're gonna shift all the way out over there. Just make a quick dash, and you will try and take a shot at the Geonosian in front of Exile.
Okay. I think when they're prone and you're taking a ranged attack, it has disadvantage. Is that right? It's an advantage if you're melee attack, but disadvantage at range. So that's a control.
You know what? That actually works out just fine because I'm going to use a bonus action as critical analysis. So that doesn't mean a whole lot attacking him. But then I'm also going to use risk versus reward, which is that. Never mind.
All right. What did that do again?
So now he has advantage on attack rolls against me.
Oh,
If
because
it was a 4 or above, I had advantage on his sort of just a straight roll. But that's fine. I'll make a disadvantage attack.
okay, that's a control. Oof. Let me find. Let's see if my crit fail table is working. Maybe not. I don't think I have it in my macros. I'll just use. Let's do this one. What do you get today? You hit an unintended random target. Randomize all combatants within 60 feet and roll a second attack roll. If you beat their armor class, it's like they were your intended target. So 60 feet is a pretty good distance.
Basically everybody.
It's not the 2 Geonosians on the far platform. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So roll a d8.
D8, hold on. Oh gosh. Nope, that's not what that is.
/R, or you could use the little dice tray. All right, so it actually was that target that was on the ground. So it says you get to roll a second attack roll. So
That
he,
sounds a lot like Euro.
yeah,
Just a straight roll.
he's still prone, so it's still disadvantage.
Disadvantage again. Okay, just watch. It's gonna be another now.
That's another. He just like.
Oh, I thought I clicked control. Okay.
That's all right. It happens sometimes. Let
Do I
me.
roll more time?
Yep. Uh.
Okay, 14, 15. So
Oh yeah. So you would have hit eventually. So
I just deduct. Yeah.
nope. It would have been that last one. So it would have been the 8 damage. Cause.
Oh, okay.
Yep. That was the disadvantaged one. Perfect. So, despite your fumbling around and your blaster just going off, you do end up making contact with this prone Geonosian. Do you want
I
to
like
just?
to imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Euro tripped while after making the vault, so he was kind of like rolling on the ground and trying to pick himself up, and then he fired, thinking he had aimed properly. It ricochets off the ceiling and hits him off the ground.
Beautiful. That was a wild ride, but we got there. All right. This guy sees the commotion and he starts to zip over. Maybe? Oh, I got the wrong thing going. He starts to zip over. What do these guys have for distance? Oh, yeah. Oh, he's going to fly up, too. He's going to try to get up. And he sees Euro fumbling around on that top platform. And since he flew up a little bit, he's sort of level with you. Yeah, I'm going to make it just your straight AC. But if you wanted to in the future, you can use some of those boxes. But where you are right now, none of the boxes are high enough. Plus, he flew up. So he's going to blast you. And that is a nat 20 as you take a full 5 points of damage. And Minik is up. Revos, you're on deck after the next Geonosian. Looks like they're like every other, so they really rolled to make combat interesting.
Geonosian fly up, and is he still up?
The one over here, yep, he's 20 feet in the air. He's buzzed up a bit, and so where you're at, that platform is probably right at your chin, but you can see him.
All right. I can probably see him better than the one behind boxes, so...
Yep, you could see him better than he could probably see you.
Yeah, this one's gonna get him.
Unfortunately, it misses. He sees the blast coming, and he's just able to get it right past his top left shoulder as he zips out of the way. He now is aware of you, though. Anything else, Mick?
No.
So I will, if he attacks you, the one that you just attacked, I'll give you a little bit of cover since you're by that platform, but... Yeah. All right. So these guys joining the fray. This one's going to zip his way. I gotta check their speed. I think they have. Oh yeah, 30 feet and then flies a little bit. So he's gonna make his way. He's gonna be about 10 feet in the air as he sees his downed buddy and human with a gun. He's gonna go after you, Zyle. And is a miss. As you see him coming down, you're able to just duck and weave. Ravos is up.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is, I know that there's one like right over here, I think. Move up to that one. I'm gonna be using my onslaught fighting style, which basically means that I can attempt to trip a creature when you attack, make an attack roll against the creature's AC. So I'm gonna attack him two-handed.
Okay, 1 second. So the one that was behind the boxes?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to drop his AC back to normal since it's not covered for you. And yeah, so you just kind of whip around and you try to trip him?
So I'm actually going to attack him, and so basically, when I make an attack roll against the creature's AC and hit,
Gotcha.
I basically can trip them as well, but I can do it at advantage if I do it two-handed. That's what I'm basically at.
You got it.
I attack him and I trip him. That's nat 20, right? No.
Can I
No.
use my reaction for that? Add a targeted strike. Didn't enter into the.
Can you?
I tried to put it into the chat. It didn't let me. Hold on. No, it's not.
Maybe
Okay.
'cause you're still on private.
No.
Public roll. Okay. Well, anyway, it's I can use a superiority die and add a d4 to his attack roll.
Oh,
Attack roll and his damage if it hits.
targeted strike.
Oh,
Is
there
that
it
what it
is,
is?
yeah.
No. Yep. Okay.
So I rolled the 3.
Okay. So yeah, that will do it. And so go ahead and Ravos, if you you could do that to your buddy.
Yep. So
Okay.
when an ally makes an attack against a creature.
Okay, beautiful. So yep, he made the attack. You added that bonus, which does help him hit. So Ravos, yep, you can do the damage roll, which will be 7, and then
7 plus 3, so 10 damage, and then he's also prone.
oh, you get that D4 as a damage too.
Yep.
Oh,
Damage and your
D4.
attack roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, my d4 was 3, so you use that.
Yeah, so it would be 13 because I have a plus 3 strength.
There you go.
Oh, I gotcha. Let me take him. Oh, well then, describe your kill.
Yeah, so Ravos is kind of channeling his ex-Jedi days, and he runs up to the Genosian and grabs out his lightsaber, both hands, and kind of just does like a samurai cut through the our perspective, the right leg, but their left leg and the arm, just cutting it basically almost all those limbs off, and it just dies as it falls to the ground prone as well. But it's dead, so it doesn't matter.
All right. Yeah, let's give these guys some bloodbath. Oh my God, that's a huge bloodbath.
Oh my gosh.
I know,
Blood for a little thing.
right?
So violent.
That is so violent.
Love it.
Jesus.
And then let's just see, as a bonus action, let me see if I
That
can
was
do
weird.
anything else. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do.
So violent. They weren't part of that whole burning pile of soldiers the other day. Okay. This guy is going to join the fray. He's going to make, oh, that's a perfect 30 right there. Join his buddy in flight. He'll be up about 15 feet. And he sees Ravos just demolish his soldier buddy. And he's going to blaster rifle you. And miss. And that is, yeah, that's what he's going to do. Okay. At the top, QB.
All right. Nice. All right, QB's gonna come out around the corner here. He's gonna try to come out. He's not allowed to move. What's going on?
I don't know.
Can I move?
I don't know.
It's not letting me move.
Do you have your actor and sort of target thing tokens thing selected?
Oh, I know what's going on. Thank you.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Yep. All right. And he's going to use his feature that's called Assume the Position.
Assume the position.
So, as a sharpshooter, he's going to take advantage of his double sneak attack die, given the fact that hopefully he attacks. Oh boy. Energy bow has run out of the fuel.
Yeah, so it's a action or a bonus action to reuse it. So what was your other thing that you said you were using?
Well, the sneak attack is just when I make purchase. Then
Right, but I thought you were using what was the feature that you wanted to use?
I don't.
I thought you wanted to
believe
use
it
like
requires a.
no sneak attack. No,
It's the
so,
archetype.
right. So you weren't using any bonus action. So yes, you could use a bonus action to. Let me. It's your energy bow.
Yes, sir.
Does it give you a prompt to?
I was trying to like drag and drop.
It's all right. I fixed it for you.
Okay.
Uh,
I have one less power cell then.
They actually have. Yes, go ahead and edit that piece. There's a update that is in the Discord community where reloads will be easier and set up nicely and automatic and all that. This is a pretty highly developing community in this system with Foundry, so it's pretty great. All right, so yes, if you want to make that attack again, that would be fine.
Thank you, sir.
I do like your
This one
dice.
came today.
Yeah, so it flies through, but you know, it's kind of a long shot. Zyle, you feel the energy bow flying over your head as it just goes beyond the Geonosians and over the lucky guest back there.
Awesome.
And you're up, Zyle.
QB's just gonna move back out of the way.
If I move here, how high is that debris? Can I see the notion over there?
You can see all these Geonosians.
Okay. And we're gonna blast the notion in the face. So I'm good at that.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
allegedly.
For some reason, it doesn't want to auto roll my attacks anymore, which is weird.
That is weird. Okay, so the attack is at 8. That's not gonna hit.
All right.
But
So, and because I'm a shit shot from literally 20 feet away, I am going to end my turn.
I'm gonna test to see if it will auto roll for me. Sure does. Huh.
Weird.
Yep. If you feel like it, you could try to do a reset or refresh, but up to you. All right. Well, you missed with the 8. Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right. Oh yeah, that one's dead. Beetle's up.
Beetle moves up kind of further and channels his inner Clone Wars droid mode, where it's just walking like this and just like shooting. So he shoots the wrist blaster at that one.
Nice. So that is a crit hit as he takes it. You start to see him stumbling in the air. He falls about 10 feet, but his wings manage to keep him upright.
And to finish his movement, he would just move behind the container.
You got it. Oops. So this guy is... Wait, that's the dead one? Oh, no. Is there 2? Oh, there's 2 dead ones. Okay, Euro, you can go. Kill more of my guys.
Euro's going to react to the guy who just shot him, who's a little bit flying in the air. He's going to take a knee after recovering from his fall. And am I in cover, by the way, where I am?
Yeah, if you say you want to duck down because these boxes are a little bit smaller on this side of the platform, I would give you a +2.
Okay, yeah. Euro will drop down and take some cover. Drop on one knee and just think of what else I'm going to do here. He will use critical analysis on Exile, so you can add a +3 to attack rolls, saving throws, etc. And then Euro will take a shot at the Geonosian who shot him.
Sure. So Euro, you feel a little bit of boost from your Nautilin friend, and he manages to make purchase in that Geonosian, and you see him sort of sputtering a little bit as he gets hit.
That concludes that.
Yeah, he is up, and he is going to flee. He sees 2 of his buddies dead. He can go he can go, off map. So you just see him start to zip away as fast as he can without any other actions. Minik.
Oh, totally forgot some of all my
I'm gonna
cool new level 3 moves.
I'm gonna bring him back just in case people want to untarget him, just because. Yep, it might sort of.
Not really. Would like to just keep targeting him.
I know you had a successful targeting a hidden token once. I remember that.
Okay, I untargeted him.
Okay. I think Zyle's the only one still targeting him, but that's okay. All right, Minik.
Gonna target the one on the left, and first gonna use Ranger's Quarry on him. Basically to mark him.
That's right. It's like a hunter's mark kind of deal.
Yeah. I totally forgot all my cool new stuff that I can do with those. And how do I check to see how many superiority dice that I have?
Ooh.
If your stuff is like Euro, then you'd have 4 right now.
There you go.
On the core page.
It's on your class page in the handbook.
Oh, so it's not in. Is it in the Foundry character sheet anywhere?
I don't think so.
I will look that up, but I will target that one and fire. And
A miss again. Some of you guys are shooting like stormtroopers.
nope, that's
Jeff.
that'll be it.
All right, this guy here, he's not injured, so he is still thinking that he can fend off the ship. He's gonna blaster rifle Ravos there, and that's a 17 to hit with 4 points of damage. He is going to, you know what I imagine him doing? He's gonna sort of fly around the gate barrier and then dip down to -10 feet. Oh, you can't do -10 on the... they should fix that. Well, he's going to get some cover as he dips down under the platform. So if you imagine like a little gate to keep you on the platform, there's a hole, like a, you know, like a metal fence kind of thing. He can shoot between the holes, but it's going to give him +2 to his AC. But he is not out of the fight. Rivos.
Okay, so what I want to do, and this is going to sound a little bit weird, but I'm going to run here, wall run, and then try to jump onto this guy, then be in midair and saber throw that guy that's one below.
Beautiful. So you're going to try to grapple him? The first one?
I'm actually going to use the wall run ability.
Oh, you have an
jump off
ability.
of him, and then basically use a saber throw.
Okay, but so I get the attack on the second one, the wall run.
Yep.
So you can move up and down across. This is not okay. But then what is the? Are you trying to attack the first one or grapple him or?
I'm not trying to attack the first one. Maybe just jump off of him.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay, so you're not trying to hurt him. You're just trying to use him as a leverage. Okay, so tell you what. If you give me, because the wall run's good, just give me your lightsaber. You're trying to throw it.
Yeah, I have a saber throw. Of course.
Well, then, yeah, you don't need to roll any acrobatics or anything. The wall run gets you up. You, this Geonosian sort of sees you and he sort of tries to get his gun sort of aimed at you. But before he knows it, you're pouncing off of him. And then you just need to do like your saber throw against this guy. And let me lower his AC as you now have a height possible advantage on him as he... Oops, I didn't have his AC fixed quite yet. A 10 is not going to do it, though, even with his AC fixed. So, do you actually throw your saber? No, you just sort of...
Well, it says, I would assume that you catch it back.
Right.
Weapon immediately returns to your hand, yeah.
Yep, okay. So it goes down and it sort of hits some of the metal and sparks fly as it flies right past him. It looked like it hit him from your vantage point, but you see he sort of bobs back up with this look in his eyes. And the one that you just jumped off is a little bit disoriented, but he's going to move down to your level. He actually lands as you're still sort of trying to reorient yourself, and he's going to stock strike you. So he basically tries to hit you in the back of the head, is successful with a 3. He doesn't even look to see your reaction as he tries to move away, provoking an opportunity attack. You're on mute. He's like, thumbs up works. So as he tries to fly away, you whip around, missing him, and he begins to fly up.
Euro, can I use that reaction again?
Yeah.
I
Okay,
actually
so
think
do you
that
quarter
also doesn't have the correct... It doesn't have me being proficient in it, which shouldn't it, right?
What is that? The
The
Target.
+2, so that should be a plus 15.
your
Or 16
lightsaber.
+1.
Did you not have the proficiency box checked?
Yeah, no,
Oh,
I did not.
I just saw you check it.
I was with all my lightsabers.
So yes, you would have hit. So if you wanted to save your feature Euro, you're welcome to, which means
Okay.
go ahead and target him with for the damage. Their Revos. Nice die. Did that apply?
Yeah.
I
No,
don't.
I don't think so.
Oh, right, because we sort of went a little wonky on it. So I will make sure that applies to. No, I'll just do it the old-fashioned way. Describe your kill.
Yeah. So he headbutts me, and then kind of just as a retaliation after catching the saber throw, right? It actually just goes straight into him,
Oh,
and then I grab it.
nice, beautiful. Zoom. QB. Yeah, you've been hanging back, buddy.
Yeah, I know. Well, I was trying to, but now this other guy's not able to be reached. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and use my bonus action to use the dash action.
Okay.
All right. Now, I believe as a sharpshooter, Jeff,
Mm-hmm.
I can reduce his cover by 1 step. It's just as a fighter's exploit, your ranged weapon attacks reduce partial cover by 1 step. So
Oh yeah, so he basically doesn't have partial cover. So that would bring him down to 15. Sure.
I'm gonna go ahead. Is he 30? Am I too close now? He was in 30 feet.
Yep,
He's
perfect.
30 feet exact.
Yeah, so you see where the lightsaber had been thrown, it actually sliced through that little metal fence a little bit. Plus, with your sharpshooter, you can pierce through some of the smoke and chaos and see him sort of bobbing there. And that is a hit!
Now I had 2d6.
I don't know why the damage didn't roll. It looked on the table like it rolled. You have 2D.
No, 1d6 plus 2. It's supposed to be. Oh, I see. My bad.
What is it supposed to be?
2d6.
Oh, okay.
Those are my sneak attack die since he's over 30 feet. 30 feet.
What was the original damage, though, from the weapon? Because I didn't see that. So you have him targeted? Hit that damage fast in the chat.
Oh.
Yeah, didn't roll damage for some reason. Still didn't.
I saw 1.
I thought so too, but I'll give you the 4, but I don't know why it's not applying. But
Let's do the 1, but then you've got the sneak attack
I
die.
already did the sneak attack, so I'm giving you the 4. He's got 1 hit point left. Well, what's gonna happen, Zyle? Unless you have something else, QB, that you could do to take care of him.
Oh, no, I used my bonus already.
All right.
Let's go, Zyle. Get him.
Zyle with us? Yeah. Speaking of Zyle, so as you see this, some of them flying off, your friends throwing a lightsaber, QB has been hanging back, and then he shows up next to you, and after that conversation, I'm wondering how you're feeling in the midst of battle, seeing him take out this Geonosian.
The song might still be a ruse, but now I'm conflicted.
He looks at you and says,
You're having too much fun with that, Jeff.
I know, I press that so much.
I know. I wish I could.
I know, I gotta figure out how to make that happen.
We're gonna plank the last one and see if I can actually hit something for the one.
Yep, he's with the lightsaber breaking through the metal anyway. He's straight AC. Yeah, is that really what is happening with that? I guess you rolled a 6. You look at your weapon and it just seems to have some dust or something.
Yep. I'm mildly upset now. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't get him now, so I'm in return.
All right, Beetle.
I'm Beetle, and I like to kill things.
I like to kill things.
So, yeah, Goes over there. Wait a second. No, I did not even calculate the movement. My bad. 10 feet. Yeah, okay. 25 feet total. Then Beatles is going to risk west.
Oh yeah, that's gonna do it. And you see him start to sort of spin and soon lifeless as he falls down, all the way down to the 100 feet below. Yeah. All right.
We should get to the ship.
There you go. Euro is kind of he's a little bit amazed, a little bit starstruck. He feels like he just saw a celebrity, just wall running and throwing lightsabers and stuff.
Ravos sees you kind of
Hold
like,
on. You guys
being
are so excited.
a good old fan of Jedi. He actually kind of looks very disgruntled, and he says to Euro, Euro, my friend, I understand. I can sense that you're force sensitive, but just know, in this current day and age, being force sensitive is a curse. It's not a gift.
I'll know about that. Perhaps it's a story for another time.
Out from some of the boxes and stuff on this platform, you see the Gand fellow from the party. Do y'all remember him?
Yeah.
Oh God, not this guy.
And through his interpreter, he looks at you all and he says, I've looked you up, and I know there's a bounty on your head.
Can I immediately throw my lightsaber at him?
If you want.
Is he the pilot?
That's all he says. Do you ask him?
I'm asking you.
I'm readying that action. If there's any sign of hostility, I immediately throw my lightsaber at him. I'm gonna state that.
Let me see.
But I listen.
Okay. He says, sorry, I'm just having a moment. He says, you can pay for my silence. This is all through his interpreter.
You know, we could again. I know you guys are a fan of shooting him, and
You know what?
not having anything a problem.
I immediately throw my lightsaber at him.
Alrighty. I guess we're doing that.
Yeah. And let me just roll the attack.
Yep.
After I target him. Sorry.
You don't need to apologize for me. So yeah, everyone else roll initiative. And then did your attack already? Okay, so there's your attack. So he is pretty much used to negotiations. Wasn't expecting that. And you do hit. Everyone else is going to roll initiative.
One of the features I have is I can move just prior to my initiative roll.
Yep.
I'd like to move to the left, like 3.5, so I'm in cover. So
Oh, sorry. I didn't. Oh, yeah. So there's some boxes over there, and I need you to roll initiative, QB. All right. Okay. So I should have just kept him in the last combat. It would have been easier, but that's fine. Revos, you had the first shot on him, and you, with your lightning quick reactions, get to go again.
I'm going to run up to him, and then I am going to attack with my lightsaber, two-handed.
Yes, that's definitely gonna hit. Did the is it?
Should have been a D8.
So that's gonna be the versatile, I think.
Yeah, it just didn't kick it. Let me see. I'll just change that to D8. I just have it as a two-handed rather than.
Yeah, that's fine. So go ahead and roll damage again, and I will apply it. It's what you get for trying to get you
Alright.
more points.
As a bonus action, I'm going to use a force empowered strike using one of my abilities. It didn't show that, did it?
It did not. Huh?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that one.
Basically, I can add an additional D8 of damage. It's kind of like a paladin strike.
You got it. Damage applied. Fantastic. All right. We are moving on to this little fellow. I don't even know what you've got. You've got, like, absolutely... What are you doing, guy? We're going to give him a blaster because he would probably have one. So he sort of just robotically sort of walks up and retaliates. I guess he would probably stay back just to shoot you. And that is a miss. Zyle, you see these, again, you've just been witnessing bad negotiations. You're pissed off about your gun not making any contact. And you see this Gand, he's already hurting pretty bad. He's, and his robotic friend is sort of hard to read. What are you doing?
I can't move.
You can't?
It says scheme's paused. There you
Um,
go.
I was like, what?
Oh, the collision detection, I think. No? Maybe? No, I'm good now.
Maybe.
So I'm here.
I do have invisible walls up, so.
Okay. So I can't get through the Jawa or...
You can move through your own people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. You can't move through enemies' space that easily. Let's see if this will actually work. Oh, that's a 22. Your gun works. Auto damage didn't. Oh, maybe it did. Nope, 4.
I don't think he had anyone selected.
That's fine.
He's targeted.
He is targeted. Yeah, I don't know why it's not working for you. So yeah, 4 damage applied to the Gand. Once again, Rixt is his name, if y'all recall. Euro.
Euro's gonna mutter under his breath, "You will have no chill," and he's gonna take out the vibroblade on his belt and smack the Gand on the other side of the head.
You got it. You do make contact, and I'm assuming, yeah, he's down. He drops, and this droid thing sort of looks at you all, and he drops his pistol, and he sort of puts his hands up, and he says, "I'm truly free now." And he looks over to Beetle, and sort of has this interesting nod to Beetle.
My robotic friend, I do not remember. It is nice to see you again.
You don't remember?
Cycle where Beetle removed an inhibitor chip from this interpreter droid, so he is now free from his servitude.
I remember, but it's just like that, like, basically the character is just like it's not even point focused. It's not emotional to him. He's a robot. Yeah.
So he basically just says, you know, he looks at you all, and he drops his weapon. He says, "Am I free to go?"
You want to join us? As what Beetle says.
I am not equipped for battle, but I am an interpreter. Do you have interpreting needs?
Euro's gonna. Never mind. He's indifferent.
Whatever.
Exactly.
I feel like Ramos is kind of in a little bit of a dark force, dark side. Excuse me.
Mood right now.
Mood. He might force push this robot off, but that's also not a lot. No, I'm not going to. No. He thought about it, but he came to his senses. Is the Gant injured or dead or unconscious?
Whoever dealt the dealing blow, that's Euro's decision.
I think Euro dealt with a vibrobaton trying to be non-lethal.
Yeah, if you wanted him to be unconscious.
But we will not use spare the dying.
So he hesitantly starts to walk, unless anyone stops him.
Euro will not stop.
All right, he just walks off. All right,
I loot the Gand.
Oh, yes.
sure. You find weave armor.
Okay.
You find a thermal detonator. Yeah. They can be set to detonate on impact or with a timer that causes them to explode.
I pass Euro the thermal detonator.
Agree with this profoundly. On the same subject of looting, Euro's gonna go back and he's gonna grab some of the discarded weapons from the Geonosians.
Yep, they all have Geonosian blaster carbines, I believe. I don't know if I actually made them Geonosian. Yeah, you would just use blaster carbine.
And just anecdotally, how long is our trip to Tatooine?
You're still in the same star network, so I would just imagine a couple days if you need it.
Gotcha. Right then.
I heard the question, do we get a long rest?
No, not necessarily that. I just want to know if I had enough time to do some weapon tinkering.
Oh yeah, yep. There's gonna be some time, and yeah, you. So each of the Geonosians has a blaster rifle.
Do I add 3 of them?
3. One did fly off. So yep. Actually, the one that dropped below, you weren't able to access him unless you have some sort of ability to go way down below. So oh, you're right. 3. Sorry. 3 total.
Are they specifically Geonosian blaster carbines or just blaster carbines?
Yeah, they're actually Geonosian made blaster carbines. But it's not in, I think, yeah, flavor-wise, they are Geonosian blaster carbines. Game-wise, the soldiers had blaster rifles, and the Gand has a blaster carbine.
I equip that weave armor.
Fantastic. Smells like a little BO, but it's a mesh of metal and composite plates, and yeah, it's light, but kind of it's molded to fit the wearer. So I guess the Gand has about, I'd say he's roughly your size, especially if we made your head bigger.
Might be some unexpected holes in places you didn't expect them to be, but other than that.
And then you see the entry ramp to the lucky guess open up, and you see 2 individuals. And she says, about time you guys got here. Are we ready to have a little party at Teemo's place?
You have no idea how long it has been since I've had a good party, so yes.
Well, climb aboard. I don't know if y'all met these folks. I know they were at the party.
I don't think we spoke to them at all.
I don't think you spoke to them all. Okay, this is the... You learn during your trip that Orpa Vio and Wex Vio are... they're smugglers, you know? So they invite you on board their ship, the Lucky Guess. It is a courier ship with a cargo spot. And yeah, Orpa, she's sort of a straight talker, and she's like, yeah, we're getting paid pretty good for this one. You guys just heading to Moshuta, huh? I mean, we're going there anyway with this cargo. You're sort of an added guest.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, climb aboard. Find a comfortable seat. Anything that... I mean, it's a short trip.
Euro's just gonna double check the cargo bay, make sure there's some things somewhere in there that we can fit people into.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a investigation. Oh, yeah. With a 24, let's see. You are. I mean, there are plenty of boxes. Trying to think of. For now, I'll say, unless I read otherwise, that there are plenty of boxes, and they all have um, the pieces and parts to make battle droids. You find that there are plenty of boxes to fit all of you. You'd probably have to be in your own box of sorts.
Can I
With
extend that?
go ahead.
Can I extend that investigation check to see if I can find some like weapon parts or something like that? If there's anything interesting in those battle droid parts?
Yeah, you would definitely find that not only is stuff interesting, but like what you figure. I think if I recall, the adventure says there are the complete parts to make 3 full battle droids, which I would imagine includes, like a wrist blaster on each of them. So yeah, they have parts and pieces for 3 working battle droids.
Okay.
Can we make 3 working battle droids?
In a few days trip, probably not.
Would Beetle be able to get any upgrades that would be beneficial to him from these battle droids? Like potentially like an extra arm or well, TBD because, I don't want to make decisions for
Yeah, it's one thing that to find the parts is another to sort of fit them. So yes, I would say that he's probably pretty interested in what's packed on the ship there. I'm trying to find the description of what's actually on the ship.
Does anyone have like those what were they, like restriction bolts or whatever, like the things that we took off of that interpreter droid? We had one. We could put one on each of the battle droids if they intend to assemble them, and basically, have them work for us instead.
That'd
Okay.
be long term. That'd be like the long play there.
Sure would.
We're not gonna build them right away.
That's true. Yeah.
So yes, the droids are large crates containing B1 battle droids and pieces. The droids are deactivated. But yes, yeah, I would say that you could probably piece them apart if you wanted.
Right then. During our journey, just to give you.
Okay, I'll assume that the lucky guest takes off and you begin making your way to Tatooine.
Cool.
Alright, awesome.
We're gonna get
Feel-
set up for my imminent capture.
Feel free to long rest as you enter hyperspace.
During the journey, you're just gonna occupy a corner of the ship in the cargo bay and just take these Geonosian blasters and some of these droid battle parts and disassemble them and see if there's anything workable that he can strap onto his ramshackle blaster.
Yeah, you absolutely can. Did we do the thing that you had asked me about months ago?
I remember you went onto the Discord, the SW5E Discord, and asked them a little bit about that, but I don't know if we decided on rules for that.
Okay. Well, yes, I want to give you some sort of bonus as you tinker with your weapon and duct tape it together. You're gonna have yeah.
Here's the thing.
Check our personal messages on Discord, see if I said something.
Sure.
But but here's the thing. What?
Euro's proficient with arms tech implements, anyways, so he's able to kind of do that stuff.
Absolutely, yeah. Doesn't look like my duct tape job. It's a skilled job.
Let me see.
I think I was gonna give you the. Let me actually look at the weapon. This is your blaster, Carbon Betty, right?
Yeah.
Which currently does a D6. Yeah, I think I was gonna at least give you a D8.
Ooh.
Yeah. Plus your modifier, of course.
Awesome. So how do I adjust that, or would you do that?
I could do that for you. So Betty is, instead of a d6 plus your mod, I will just turn that into an 8. As you sit and tinker, you're able to, yeah, basically make the. Is that an energy weapon?
It is an energy weapon.
Yeah, so you're able to sort of bring in more of the energy for each blast, using some of the components from the other parts and pieces.
And do I consume those battle rifles, I suppose?
Yeah, I would say 2 out of the 3.
2 out of 3? Okay. So
Who took the Gand one? Because the Gand one is the blaster carbine, which has. Okay, because that one is already a. That's a 1d6. All right. I don't know why that one's different. 20, 62, 40 range. Blaster rifle is a 100, 400. Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
Alright, so you're going to take apart some of these Geonosian blaster rifles, and Geonosian rifles kind of convert energy in different ways. They shoot green blasters instead of most blasters, which are blue or red. So he takes some converters and finds that maybe they're useful to be merged with some of the converters already on Betty. So he tries them and tests them out and finds that Betty now shoots green bolts and does more damage.
Beautiful. I might just see if I can get Betty to shoot green bolts.
Ramos during downtime would be just doing some practicing on a lightsaber form that hasn't been used in a very, very long time.
On the ship?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, every time you guys pop off and come back on, I think Beetle's joining us.
Lol. Oh yeah, BPN died, so don't mind me.
Gotcha. So the few days travel to Tatooine goes uneventful, besides making a new weapon stronger or making old weapon stronger, practicing some Jedi moves. Was that for something there, you Ravos?
No, just role playing.
Gotcha. Cool.
By the way, Revos, friend, I'm gonna need a favor.
What is it, my friend?
Well, if I, if I am going to walk into Teemo's palace with being captured by a battle droid and a goddamn Ewok, it's probably not particularly realistic that I didn't go down without a struggle. I'm gonna need you to beat the shit out of me.
You want Misa hands?
Yes. You need to. It needs to look like I at least made an attempt.
So I just imagine you just sitting in a chair, and you just see this gung is like, "Well, time for Misa hands," and just starts wailing on you.
Effectively, what it is, I'm kind of like, I see you taking so much delight in this, and I'm like, I made a mistake. No, I'm running with it now. Whatever. So yeah, just give me
knows what you was asking for these.
I need a couple shiners. Just rough me up a little bit. Go for the face. Try not to make it too violent.
Yeah. I only deal 1 damage when I hit. If you're saying that, like, I don't find unless Jeff wants me to roll, I don't find a mechanical reason for me to roll. Like, so I only deal 1 damage. So you could just say how much times you wanted me to hit you, I hit you for. So like, you can take whatever hit points you wanted away. So if you want me to hit you 10 times, I'll hit you.
We're gonna leave it to Jeff for that one. Like, how much would he fake roughing me up? Would be how much damage would that be?
No, I'm okay with each one being 1 hit point, and so you get to you get hit, and then you say if you want more. Yes, sir. May I have another?
All right, get started. God damn it! I breaks myself in the face, and then please, maybe close to the eye.
So you're sitting there, and first thing that you're like most face in the eye, and I just do this, just like
Backhand.
What the hell was that? I asked you to punch me, not to fucking slap me. Come on.
Then he goes, "All right, fine," and then just starts wailing on you a couple different times. Is that enough?
You hit like a girl. Try again.
I actually think I would hit him a lot harder than your character.
No,
just keeps on hitting him. Like I'll hit you 4 times.
All right. And at this point, I I look a bit roughed up. My cheeks are bruised. I probably have a shiner in my left eye, and a little bit of drop drinking from my lips. And I'm like, all right, that's good. That's good. It's fine. Fuck. I'll take 4 damage from that. Is that all right?
Yeah, I just applied it to you. Orpa and her brother Wex, they sort of look at you guys and they're like, huh, strange relationship.
You don't want to know.
Yeah. We got enough of our own problems. We'll stay out of that one.
Best you could do. All
Uh,
right, Ewok. Let's get this done.
So you leave hyperspace. You see the desert planet of Tatooine with the 2 suns off in the distance. And Orpa swings down towards Moshuda. And she says, well, the time is nigh. Are we just going straight to the palace?
Yeah, you can just drop us off at the front gate. You can take the cargo where you need to take it, and then after that, you can get on your way.
Are you guys going in the cargo?
We're landing Kubi, Exile, and Beetle separately, right?
Yes.
So we might get them to land a little ways from the palace, get them to walk the distance, and then the rest of us will go onto the landing pad.
That's a very better idea. Let's do that.
Okay.
Yeah, because we wanna arrive later, right? So
So I might even have this as unrestricted vision. Can you guys see the map or no?
Nope.
Good.
Cool black screen.
Good. Okay. So I'm gonna put everyone on the landing pad at first and then separate folks. So
Cool.
the ship comes to a landing. And then who's all being separated?
Exile, Beetle, and Kubi were the 3 that were going to do that, right?
Okay.
Somebody there? Okay.
or he dropped off the front entrance. So.
Yep. So I'm gonna
Is the Jawa or the Ewok coming with me?
The Ewok.
Ewok.
Ewok,
Okay.
yeah.
QB. No, QB. Okay, QB's coming with me. Beetle's coming with me. Yeah, that's right. We have this correct.
All right. So then I will bring you guys to the front for a moment. You're off in the desert, yeah. Okay, and let me get rid of your other tokens so you don't have 2. Okay, so is anyone in the cargo crates? Is that where y'all are? Revos, Minik, and Euro?
Yes, Euro will have very thoroughly tried to clear a crate.
Yep.
Make sure that he can fit inside there.
Okay. So the ship lands softly after dropping off your friends. You hear some speaking going on with the Gomorian guard at the entrance there. He's sort of just doing these guttural responses, but they have seem to have a routine down. And about 20 minutes later or so, you start to hear steps and these crate movers start to come along, and you feel your bodies shuffling down ramps, up ramps, through hallways, and about 5 minutes later, you find that you are now still. So yes, it's about 20 minutes goes by. You're in your crates, you're in your boxes. I would say you'd probably hear the faint, distant thrum of the Lucky Guess's engines as they take off.
Hiding in these dark boxes. Do we hear anything around us still?
The heavy thumps of the Gamorreans are off in the distance, and the last one that you heard move away, you stayed silent. It's been about 5 quiet minutes. You hear a set of footsteps that kind of comes and goes. You hear it stop for a while, but then it moves. It definitely sounds lighter in step than the Gamorreans. And yeah, so every once in a while you hear some light footsteps moving around.
When do we make our move?
We didn't plan this part out.
Did we set up comms?
We all have comlinks, yeah.
Yeah, you should all have.
I thought we did from the party, but
We did from the party, but we didn't actually communicate that. And also, I don't think Ravos would consider that smart because they probably have interceptors.
Granted.
But Ravos just like peeps his big old massive head out.
He's got these eye stalks, right? So he can do that a little bit easier.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that. Yeah, you see these little eye stalks come out.
You see a human who seems to be working on like inventories and going around sort of checking different cargoes, moving things from one box to another. He looks like this.
I suppose Euro and Minik hear a little bit of wrestling from Rivos' side. They know that he's peeked up out of his box.
Well, if he may, sure, yeah.
Okay, Euro will do the same then, and just take a little bit of a peek, be very, very subtle.
He's turned away currently, working on some stuff.
Does Euro know who this person is?
Lore. How about unless there's a personal history. What are you guys doing? Yeah, give me a lore check.
If Euro knows him, it'd be very anecdotally, because Euro was only in the palace maybe once or twice talking with Teemo specifically. So would you like that?
Oh, gotcha. Well then, yeah, you would recognize him as sort of just someone that you saw. You know, you knew him as the cargo guy.
Would you like me to make a check to see if I know his name?
Sure.
Okay.
Cargo Bob.
His name is Pash. You said you were not really in the palace a lot.
No, I imagine that Euro only had maybe 1 or 2 interactions with Teemo.
Gotcha.
But he might know anecdotally this person's name. So.
I think with Rivos actually, and Rivos's relationship with Teemo and how long you've been involved, you know Pash as the the delivery guy that's been working with Teemo on Battle Droid stuff. You also know that Pash isn't 100% loyal to Teemo. You know that he smuggles things in, smuggles things out. Like if there was a past issue with maybe low shipment of spice going out, Pash may have been involved.
Oh, if I knew that and it was Pash, I would. God, I'm not gonna say Rivos is smart, but he would immediately get out and say, "Pash, my friend, haha, good to see you."
He startles and he turns and he whips out a blaster pistol at you, just like I had shown in his token art, and then recognition crosses over his face, and he sort of lets it go, and he goes, "Oh, Rivos! Oh, Rivos!" And he gets quiet really quick, and he says, "Dude, is it true?" And you got, I don't know what Minik and Euro are doing as these guys embrace.
At this point, Euro is very casually stepping out of the box.
Okay, he's sort of
Staying hidden.
He's like, okay, well,
okay. Minik stays hidden, and he after an embrace, he looks at you and he says, "Rivos, Teemo's not happy. There's rumor that you betrayed him. There's rumor that you've Oh wait," and he looks at Euro and he's like, "It's true. Is it true you've betrayed Teemo?"
Yes, but let me tell you something even better. Today is gonna be a day where Teemo falls and we become the Dimos, next Dimos, right? So therefore, you could be my right-hand man.
Are you insane? Trying to take down the Hut?
No.
Man, I mean, I'm okay. Cut.
at this point, Euro is having a bit of an existential moment. He's wondering how he ended up in this particular situation and why he's in fact here.
I mean,
He's remaining silent.
Rivos, I know we've talked, we've had our talks about the force and that religion, and it's, I mean, we know it's going down, man. Like, look around. The Imperials are around, and listen, I'm not gonna tell you what to do. I can't join you. I'm good with this gig, man. I smuggle off the top. I've got to come to. I got to protect my family.
Yeah, no, I understand. That's why you're gonna keep your gig, but you're gonna get more credits per day, more money. You don't have to help us. You just have to act like we're not here.
Oh.
And guess what? For your help or for your efforts, I'm gonna give you some money right now. And I hand him 200 credits.
Revos. All right, I didn't see a thing, but I think you're asking for death.
Euro's going to. Can I try and use insight? I want to gauge how smart this person is.
Sure. Yeah, roll an insight check.
Like, do I sense that they could scheme on their own?
Oh yes.
No, isn't that funny?
Oh yeah. You. I mean, he seems quite smart. He is. Yeah, he could definitely scheme.
Other than his personal relationship with Revos, I imagine he may not be the most reliable person, or
He is going to do what he needs to do for him and his family, and he doesn't seem like a big risk taker. He seems like just a smart, kind of slick type of guy that knows what he needs to do to keep his head down, but still skim off the top.
all right.
He doesn't seem like he would. What would be the word? Like he's not gonna go out of his way to try to hurt people or get someone in trouble. He's more interested in moving product. Yeah.
Okay.
Fun fact: some of these folks are the pre-generated characters for Escape from a Shooter adventure. I was like, if I'm
His
gonna,
name is Prash, right?
is it Prash or Pash? I got Pash on there.
Pash.
Yep, Pash.
So I look at Pash and I was just like, hey, look, since I gave you some money, and I'm not trying to, mess up anything with your family. Um, got any information you could tell me about the inner workings here? How many people are in the communications room?
I mean, right now?
Yeah.
I mean, 41 Vex. I mean, he's always messing around out over there, and unless he gets called into the chamber, but actual people, like flesh and blood people, I mean, it's usually pretty quiet.
Okay.
Unless there's a need. I mean, there's nothing special happening today. He's got the band, and they're, he's doing his thing.
Well, do me a favor, my friend. Stay low. We're never here. And say hi to your kids for me.
Oh my gosh, guys. Okay. Should
One
I
more thing. Euro's gonna approach him.
should I make myself scarce, guys? It seems like something's going down. You just said you're gonna try to end the hut tonight. Should I even be here? He's got that alarm button. The whole place is gonna go into lockdown as soon as you're spotted.
Well, then you should. Then how about this? Since I gave you that 200 credits, I think you ate a really bad lunch, didn't you?
Yeah, feeling sick. Yeah. And he gives you another quick hug. He says, "Good luck, old friend."
Do you have any keys or anything that we could have, though? That you may have, left at your workstation?
I mean, we really only lock up the guardians, and I don't get those keys.
Okay. Well, good to see you, my friend. And say hi to Avern.
Thanks, buddy. Good luck.
I embrace him and say, may the force be with you, my friend.
And he rolls his eyes at you. You're gonna get yourself killed.
And I mouth and with you.
That's funny. All right. So he walks out of that room. He's just sort of casual.
As he's walking away, Euro's gonna walk with him a little bit just to get out of earshot of Revos, and he's gonna ask him, "Who's Teemo's most troublesome gladiator right now?"
I mean, right now it's just a couple of nobodies. I mean, they're not really. they're not really that impressive right now. They're just thugs. I mean, Lorik, he keeps on staff. The Wookiee.
Is he loyal? Do you know what I mean?
I mean, Lorik's smart. He's trying to bide his time. He's looking for escape, but he's a fighter.
Okay, thank you. Stay safe.
Okay, and hey, if you see Lorik, don't piss him off.
I'll bear that in mind. Thank you.
Okay, and he sort of peeks out the door first, and Euro, give me a quick perception check. Okay, you don't really pay attention as he peeks out the door, and he slips out and closes the door behind him.
Where are Kubi and the rest of them in relation to us right now?
Great question. Moving along, we've got, so it's been, you guys took about 20 minutes for the cargo to get in. It got, oh, is that what you were doing with your hands, guys? I don't know what you were doing.
Yeah, Mike was going and I was just following along.
Oh, I see. Mike didn't come out, so so far Pash only knows about the two of you. You guys are aware of where the palace is. You got dropped off pretty good distance away, so you've been trudging through the desert. What's that conversation been like?
I'm very annoyed. Wait, the
Hello?
back door. Oh, perfect
Hey.
timing.
Yeah, I did my best. I ran around. I got everything I needed to finished just so I could show up for the last hour. But I'm here.
Awesome.
Guess what? You're not going to be really relevant to what's going to happen at this moment.
So, quick recap is after fighting some Geonosians, you got on board the Lucky Guess, which is a courier that was bringing battle droid parts to Teemo. Half of you went by way of foot to enter the palace as you are trying to, I guess, make it look like Exile is a prisoner being brought to Teemo. While the others went in through the sneaky cargo way. So the party is split.
All right.
All right, yep, and you're in the desert walking with QB and Exile. Exile has a pretty beat up face. You watched you watched Rivos, the Gungan, just basically punch him in the face like 5 times on the ship to Moshuda by his request.
Okay, just try and sell.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. And has the other party done anything yet, or are we still going?
We just shifted to you guys. They have met a guy. Well, you wouldn't know any of this, but they got into the cargo hold and basically interacted with someone, and are currently in the space where the cargo stuff is held. So we've just shifted camera view or scene to you guys as you walk across the Tatooine desert, making your way to the entrance of Teemo's palace. And I was asking how that conversation has been as you walked your way across Moshuda.
I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm going to die today.
Oh, stop it. Don't be so dramatic.
Please. It's like,
Euro's not there to translate.
Yeah.
That's right.
oh, that's right. Man, I wish I could understand you.
Yeah, we planned this all out, and I think we'll be okay.
Really. Alright, so everybody kind of knows me in here. Just a heads up. I'm going to try to be nice and try to be playful, but high probability that someone's going to throw a punch my way for the shit I pulled. So,
What?
yeah.
Well, it makes it so that they're even more accepting of us bringing you in.
That's the plan. So hopefully I can showboat enough for the other team to actually get the shit done. But, you know, I hope that went alright. It looks like no one's particularly alarmed, so I'm hoping they're all in there just vibing at the moment.
Yeah, as you walk up to the palace. Oops, sorry, go ahead, Alden.
I'm sure that they were able to do what they needed to. They're a pretty competent team.
Alright. Now remember, you are Teemo's battle droid. You are subordinate to our little Ewok friend. Remember? Understand? I am a prisoner. You are taking me in. The Ewok has captured me. Somehow you're gonna have to play that up a bit.
Understood.
Alright, the story is I got way too drunk one night. You slipped something in my drink, and I woke up in a vice. That's the story. And then the battle droid beat me up. I'm not taking being beat by a gun and laying down. That's not gonna happen.
We won't be able to sell it, I'm sure.
All right. All right. Lead on, I guess. God damn it.
So you see the terrain start to lift up to this platform where the huge palace is there. There are two guards that are Gamorrean guards, and they stand there with their vibromaces at the ready, and they sort of close in and stop you, and they say, I guess, do they even speak? I don't know that they speak. They understand basics, so they start to grunt at you.
Hey, Mere Gumbu. How's it been, guys?
Ha ha. They laugh at you. Do you speak Gamorrean?
No, I speak basic, but they understand basic.
They do.
I don't know what they're saying, but I remember having drinks with them, but I couldn't understand anything they're saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Him in the knee, like the thigh, just above the knee, like in the thigh, like as his prisoner, right, to sell it.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I'm also just gonna give him a little shove forward, just to really sell it.
Yeah.
So they recognize you. You could tell, but they also you could tell that they know that there's been a bounty on your head for a few days now. So they look to you, Minik. Or I'm sorry, QB. What is it? Yeah, QB. It's like, who is that?
So I don't know. I guess they might not recognize, or they might not understand what I'm saying, but they should obviously recognize me. One would assume.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kind of mumble on in my Ewokese that I brought along this prisoner. Where's Teemo?
So they
Do we have any translator?
I don't think so.
No. So
Oh, we had like the little like a little tool for it or whatever. If you want we can say Exel may have taken that for himself.
well, and these guys would have known QB enough to at least hear the name Teemo and have enough people who don't speak languages. But they escort you in. So now you have two Gamorreans who are walking you through. There are these several, like, I guess, entryways. So you see some more thugs just hanging around. You come into...
Start waving, or not nodding rather, because my hands are bind.
Yeah, and you see them. They turn and look at you. You see a couple of them have this smirk on their face. These are some of your previous coworkers who maybe didn't like you so much. Maybe you guys had some beef. Is there someone in particular that stands out that you just didn't get along with?
Honestly, most of them were. I would make a presumption are mildly annoyed that I got offered that one really high-paying job over everyone else to handle that particular Imperial officer that I took the money and run because he wanted me to destroy a civilian shuttle and didn't pay me enough to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't happy about that. I think it's karma effectively coming back to bite me. That's what I'm saying. But they're probably feeling. I would like to assume.
Yeah, oh my gosh, guys, I haven't even looked at the actual written adventure in like so long. Yeah, that's what I was just trying to describe, but then I saw like, oh yeah, the Vio siblings had talked to the spaceport control and the conversation went well, so all that happened. But anyway, within the palace, you walk into this grand hallway, which you recognize. It's got this sort of utilitarian decor compared to the rest of the palace. The walls are lined with plush red velvet material. There's like nice artwork, but it's just got these ostentatious golden frames. So it seems, and the artwork doesn't seem authentic. It's just sort of like rip-offs. And then there's a large green hollow sculpture of a Teemo in the company of Twi'lek dancers dominating the center space. So you're able to sort of walk through the hollow, and yeah, they're just dancing around. Teemo, the floor has this impressive mosaic, um, and the paintings on the walls, yeah, are poor imitations of good art. You pass a Twi'lek girl who's just wandering the halls. She doesn't quite have a weapon out like that, but um, she's got some wrappings on her lekus, and is she stops basically at one of these pillars as these Gamorreans continue to escort you all down the hallway. Anybody say anything to her?
She Mallory's dress. Is she a dancer or not?
No, she is not a dancer. You could tell from your time on Nabat, on Ryloth, that she has that same sort of dimple feature as the other Twi'lek girl that said she was missing her sister.
No kidding. I keep it in the back of my head for now. I don't want to make any moves until the real operation has been finished.
Sure.
Yeah, and I don't want to reveal it that I'm a battle droid that isn't like working for Teemo, so I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah, on your way in too, maybe earlier, you did pass a gentleman who seemed to be holding his stomach, and you heard him sort of describe that he needed to head out. He just wasn't feeling well, and he passes you all as you walk in.
Hey, Pash, how you doing, bud?
Hell, hey, Zyle, you're.
Yeah, my bad luck caught up with me. Unfortunately, that's what it is, right?
Yeah, you think Timo's gonna help you out?
Oh no, I'm fucking dead. Your wife's cooking was amazing, by the way. Give her my compliments for me.
Oh man, yeah.
And I don't know, you look kind of sick. You might want to get that sorted.
Okay, bud. You could tell, like, in his voice that he's putting the pieces together. The humans in the cargo, QB and Beetle. You guys get just a second longer look from Pash as he takes a step back and starts to turn. He says, "Good luck, Zyle." And
Good luck, you too, bud.
While he's eyeing us over, I kind of push Zyle a little bit forward and say,
Keep moving.
Shut. I'm just annoyed, but yeah, we're still going.
All right. The Gamorreans lead you to the steps leading down into the main area here, where, oh yeah, you guys probably don't hear it yet. That's weird, but do you hear it there? No. Oh, because let me fix my music, because there's like a sound that you should be hearing, and it's just being blocked by walls.
Music.
Do you?
Well, the
Here.
overture music, like you've been hearing the entire time.
Oh.
Start of this.
Well, now if you click your token, you'll hear some music. But these Gamorreans walk up, and you see the Hutt crime lord, Teemo. He is chilling on his platform. Let me describe this room real quick for y'all. It's dominated, this throne room is dominated by the gladiatorial arena set into the center of the room. The room is tall, dome-shaped ceiling, and this stadium-style seating make the room feel extremely spacious. Although there's not much light. You do see what little light there is comes primarily from this large chandelier that looks intimidating in nature that hangs over Teemo's throne. You hear the band of Bith, the house band, which you guys all know as Smooth Banjack Swab and the Scoundrels. And they're playing these dirty Tatooine blues with some clue horn flourishes. Teemo himself is hanging out on the throne, reclined, smoking his hookah. He's flanked by some Gamorrean guards. He's got the table right in front of him, too. You recognize those as folks in his employ. There is a protocol droid standing nervously to the right of the throne. And yes, those other henchmen. Let's see. So yes, these guys come up and they sort of make room. They step aside, and Teemo looks over and sees Xyle and QB and Beetle. We're gonna pause there as you guys think about how that's gonna go, and come back to where did Minnick go? You guys, I was gonna say you guys are all right. So you guys are in the empty cargo area now. Oh, by the way, Beetle, you might be privy to the knowledge that in those cargo bins were basically 3 complete battle droid units that were deactivated.
Okay. What models, or is it just?
I think they're B1s.
B1s are the little ones. They're not super battle droids.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Great. So you guys, yeah, what is Euro, Revos, and Minnick doing?
Euro's gonna usher Rivers and Minnick along and say, "Go on ahead. You know the plan. We'll go to communications hub. I'll meet up with you as soon as I can. I'll be right back."
I nod. I look at QB, and I turn on my personal translator and say,
Minnick.
"You ready to go to the comms room?" Or Minnick, sorry. I said QB. I meant to say Minnick.
Yep.
My bad.
Let's do this.
My bad, Minnick. And I kind of motioned to him to like go inside because I'm extremely tall. And a Gungan.
Yeah. All right, let me, I don't know if there's a description for the communications room. Oh, yep. Several banks of data terminals hum quietly in the center of this room. There's chairs for operators and ports for droids to plug in. And there is no one here. So, looks like there's just access to computers. No one's here. You could, there's no alarms going off, but you definitely know that this is Teemo's security network.
Yeah. Try starting an electrical fire and take out everything.
Where did Euro go? Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean, tell me how you do that.
Well, one of these awesome devices that can create electrical fires.
You have something, or you just mean?
Yeah.
It's
It's a trinket. On the way over, I made 2 of them, and it is guaranteed to cause a small electrical fire.
Oh, that's right. All right, so that's all you want to do in there? The entire security network for Teemo, and you just set fire to it?
I want to disable it.
Okay.
Fire to it.
Set fire to it as backup.
I mean, there's okay. I mean, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but okay. So you want to disable. So there is, you know, that there is a alarm that Teemo has sort of a button that he can press, and it would send an alarm to the entire complex. Let's see. You see, let's see. Okay, a intelligence technology check for, I guess that would be Revos if you're trying to disable the alarm.
Oh God. You said a technology knowledge check.
Technology basically, tech check.
Oh, crap.
I mean, I have to make you set off the alarm. At a nat 1 trying to I have to. I mean, I don't know what else to do on a nat 1 when you're trying to turn off an alarm. I have to.
Oh.
Well, yeah.
Minnick, Minnick is coming back.
Bah,
There's,
bah, bah.
there's
Oh,
definitely
oh,
someone in the other room to the north.
an alarm goes off throughout the entire complex. And so this happens as you guys are presented to Teemo, and just as he turns to and he's about to speak, you hear this alarm go off. He instructs these two guys. They grab, or these three guys. They all grab one of you, putting you into a grapple. These thugs, and I'll say, yeah, just these three, start to move. The band stops playing temporarily, and you three hear him sort of yell to like the entire group, like, you know, uh, please enjoy your drinks, and this will be taken care of soon. What are you guys doing in communications as the alarms are going off?
And Minnick, shut the doors so we can get a control of communications hub.
So so you want to shut the doors to the communications hub?
Yeah, to try to get it back under control.
Yeah, that's fine. So let's see if it lets me put indoors.
I put on my my personal translator, look to Minnick, and just say, "I'm sorry."
What'd you touch?
I touched the red button.
No.
It said on.
No. I need to disable the alarm.
Okay, doors are shut. They do have little pads on the side if you wanted to try to lock them.
Yeah, I go to the southern door and I lock it.
Give me another tech check. It's a low DC. I mean, it's just a door lock. You've been here before. You're fine. They lock, and I'll even lock the other one as we. So now the alarms are going off. These guys are making their way towards that. The folks at the front have moved a little bit, and then two are making their way this way.
Can Minnick disable the alarm?
You can certainly try.
Oh, yes.
You start to hear some voices and commotion, and a robotic voice on the other side of the north door saying, "It appears to be locked." And give me a tech check, Minnick. Are you serious?
Wow.
Yeah, you sort of get in there and like you rip out these wires to try to disable it, and yeah, nothing gets disabled. In fact, the room that you're in starts to have this pulsing, flashing light from your efforts. Let me see if I could do. Let's just do a really weird light. All right, my light
Oh,
anime.
I wish I went with you guys. I have ion missiles. I could have just shot it at these things.
So you're unable to turn off the alarm. Holy cow! All right.
Plan B is
That is hysterical.
As you guys are freaking out, what about
Fire, I guess.
Teemo? Turns to you three and says,
Can you turn off the clocks on?
"Can I turn it off?"
Yeah.
I'll turn it down.
There you go.
Sile's like, "Come on." I was trying to be immersive. Was it? Did it work?
Oh, it worked. She's like, oh. Or now I had the conversation with Teemo with this giant alarm in my ear. It's like, what are you? It's like, oh, okay.
So he turns to you and he says, "Ha, are those your friends?"
No, I don't have friends. You gotta be kidding me.
Maybe kicks him in the knee.
Ah, mother.
QB, I knew you'd come through.
I made sure that this this rapscallion was subdued easily.
I don't know what Pash is up to. I saw him holding his stomach. Maybe he just pressed the alarm just to be a nuisance to you. Maybe someone pissed him off today or something. It's probably just a fake alarm or something.
Roll deception. Ah, wow. Yeah, you said a few, but I
Told
will
us all.
I will reveal what he rolled. He got a nat 20, so
Oh no.
Oh my god.
he sees right through you and he says, QB, Pash would not do that. You have brought him to me. You wish for the credits, but what about your loyalty?
Clearly, my loyalty is with you. I've been feeding you information all along. I told you about our visit to the arms deal. I told you when we were leaving. Unfortunately, I lost the others, but I was able to get the droid to help me with this. Well, I don't know if I could even call him a bounty hunter if he can let an Ewok take him down.
I turn my neck and I'm like, you fucking told the entire goddamn time? Like, kind of like a fake surprise.
And he turns to Beetle and he says, "What about you, droid? I told you one more chance and you betrayed me."
That. Oh.
That was before this one got his hands on me and brought me back to see the red side, a memory wipe that does wonders.
Roll deception.
All right.
Okay. And QB, give me another deception for yeah, bringing Zyle in and still being with Teemo. Do it with advantage because you've been feeding him information.
And it's a -1.
Gosh.
Oh my god.
I was hoping you guys would succeed once.
Teemo,
Down.
he turns to his Gamorreans. He says, "Put them all in the chambers for the next battle." And he turns to the rest of the group. He's like, "As soon as we get the alarm turned off, we will see a true entertainment." And the Gamorreans sort of grunt and start bringing you out of that space. Okay, so I will assume they're walking. Meanwhile, these guys bust in this door, and you start to hear knocks on the south door as the door. You see the little panel sort of move to unlock mode. Rivos, you're standing right there.
Sorry. Does the door unlock, or is it getting?
You just see the panel like turn from red to green, and you know that it's about to open, but you could probably try to lock it again. You guys are doing so good with your tech checks. Let's do it.
I'm gonna ready an attack as soon as it opens. I'm just gonna like immediately attack with my lightsaber.
Okay, so and meanwhile on the north side, you hear some commotion going on as well as that panel turns from red to green, indicating the door is unlocking.
What's our plan, Revos?
Kill them all.
Okay. So I'm going to throw you all into initiative over there. I'm going to... Oh, Euro, where are you?
Euro split away from them to go down to the gladiatorial chambers. What I was curious about is the klaxon going on as Euro's on his way down there or after?
I think that you made your way down there, and about when you got into the hallway, the klaxon alarm started going off.
Oh, well, again, for leaving them alone. Euro's going to.
I'm just trying to move. Oh gosh, dang it.
Judging by, is there any sounds coming from the hallway? Does it know if anybody's alive in these chambers down here, anything like that?
These chambers are quiet, very quiet, so much so that you know that they're empty.
All of them all the way down?
Just these two. Is there all the way down? Yep, there's only 2 doors that I had to build in there, but one door is not even on the map, but it's definitely a room. So, yep, I would just assume that you sort of listen in and, right before the alarms go off, you're able to assess the situation and that there's nobody in these rooms.
Not much for Opera's Gladiator. What a waste. He was going to turn around and book it double dash all the way back.
Double dash all the way back, so I could assume that you're doing that while everything else is moving.
Yeah, exactly. I imagine their conversation with Teemo was happening in the meantime.
Yeah, and I'm also imagining that as you're kind of coming back, right about here, you see this door burst open, and these thugs making their way, double time across the room. And they don't see you; they're just, beelining it for the communications hub. But now you're behind them. And if you're in the initiative order, go ahead and roll initiative. I'm going to make these guys, I think everyone, if you're not in initiative, put yourself in initiative. And
Do I just roll initiative?
you might have to right click and click the little sword and shield deal at the bottom right of your token if you're not in initiative. All right.
Did great on initiative.
Oh, there it is.
So do I still get an opportunity attack or a surprise attack as I was preparing before the doors open to attack?
Yeah, I'll give you. Yep, I will give you one because even though they're investigating, yep, go ahead and do your surprise while I roll NPC initiatives.
Do we roll initiative as well, or since we're separate?
I'm putting everyone in because I don't know what's gonna happen. So if I'm not putting everyone on the board, but all players should be in initiative. If you're not in the encounter list, then
Roll anyway.
are you not in it?
No, I'm not in it.
You're
in there.
Oh,
Yeah, you got an 8.
I wrote Pravity. I'm sorry.
Oh, yep, you're in it. I think QB, yeah. So if you right-click your token, that little bottom right sword and shield deal, if that's lit up, then you're in the initiative. That's another good way to check. Okay. Whew, it's hot in this room. There's no AC in this room, but... so yeah, go ahead and do your surprise attack. Rivos, as the doors slide open, you see 3, Aqualish and human and Gamorrean sort of thugs. They all seem to... Oh, you already did it. They all have their weapons out, and one is already near death as you describe what you did.
Yeah, so they press the touchpad, it opens, and then I immediately just come out with the lightsaber, just like stabbing towards them, dealing probably a massive amount of damage. But it is my turn, right?
Let me begin combat. So, yes, you whip it out and cut him pretty badly. By the way, I did say 10:30, everyone, so in case anyone's sort of hoping to be done by 10, sorry.
He's not sorry.
Not sorry.
Right, so I do that, and then what I want to do is I want to do a force push by moving the one that I attacked with a lightsaber to his right, knocking into both of those.
Yeah, throw force push into the chat, please.
Okay, of course. Stand by.
All right, so, oops. So he succeeded. Oh, I guess it did. Oh, interesting. So he succeeded on the strength save. So if he succeeds on a failed save, the creature moves, blah, 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 blah. So I'm assuming that with a success, that means that this force kind of pushes against him and he's able to sort of just, maybe he hits his buddy and the force stops. Is there any other thing that happens on a save?
Apparently not. I just want to make sure I can also do anything else. Just give me 1 second. I might also I do as a bonus action?
Yeah, it is a strength save. Most of these thugs are pretty well equipped with strength.
Okay, I'm gonna use my bonus action to dash, or disengage and dash are not the same thing, so never mind. He's gonna look back to Minnick. Just be like, "I got you, man. May the force be with you, Minnick."
Minnick took a crouched position when the door opened.
And that's my turn.
Okay.
Where you're at.
All right. This guy here bursts in the door. Minnick, give me. Are you trying to hide?
I'm in a covered position, ready to fire.
Okay, so he looks and he sees, the top of your hood and such. I will give you a +2 to your AC, so I will just say that it's 18 as he targets you. Oh wait, he's got a vibra mace. He's got to come up to you. So he moves up to you and whips his mace at you. Hits. 21's going to hit no matter what, buddy. You're taking 4 kinetic damage. And you're up. You see this Gamorrean hovering over you. He's 3 times your size, maybe.
That's okay. I'm gonna have to mark him with Ranger's Quarry, and I believe.
Oh my gosh, I was playing the wrong. Sorry, guys, if you were looking for original music. I was playing the wrong playlist the whole time. I was like, why? I only have like a dozen songs. Ridiculous.
I'm gonna definitely use Sharpshooter's Routine to help with his first attack. Trying to make sure. I think I can fire on you even though you're within 5 feet.
You can choose to allow within 5 feet of you, including add half your intelligence. So that's Sharpshooter Routine. I mean, I know that is that a feature you have?
I'm trying to double check. It could be. I added a lot of stuff for level 3.
Yeah, I'll give it to you just to move the game along. So go ahead and make a normal attack.
Incoming attack. Blaster.
That's gonna hit as you just turn up to him. And did I program that or did you press the button?
Nope, that was programmed.
All right.
Since he is Rangered Quarry, he does take an additional D4.
All right. So I will apply that damage. And ooh, he's still up.
And so that's it.
Okay, QB, you guys are being escorted along the hallway here. I'd say these guys have a movement of 30 feet. They're not dashing. They're sort of moving you along. So they get to about here with you. If you're grappled, I will say that. I'll make sure everyone's sort of under grappled status in this crew. Anything you want to try to do, QB?
Oh man. QB's gonna try to reason with these guys.
Okay.
Say what? Come on, you guys know me. We just played cards the other day. It's that game.
Your cheat says you speak basic. Is that true?
No, I thought there was something in the operative, but I think at one point we decided that it just wasn't going to be allowed for one. I put it on my original character sheet.
Oh. So, I mean, I'll say that maybe these guys just understand you anyway since you work together so long. So what are you trying to convince them?
I want them to let me go.
Okay.
I am a survivalist.
So you...
I'm going to do what it takes to survive.
So you're going to try to convince them. You're grappled. They're Gamorrean. I mean, I guess persuasion with disadvantage.
Right. Yeah. No. There's really not much, but figure I may as well try to talk to him about my.
And that would be his like what? Insight or
Probably an insight, I guess.
I was thinking like yeah, wisdom something. Yeah, I can't think of any other. Yeah, he's not buying it. Nope, he sort of laughs and you feel the grip on your body tighter. Euro is in an interesting position.
Yes, he is. Euro's going to kind of pace back and forth in his head. He's very, very surprised, very confused. Hold on.
I'm sorry, let me turn down the audio a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, this whole playlist is going to be... Gotcha.
He doesn't really know what to do, and then he remembers, oh yeah, Rivos gave him a thermal detonator. So he's going to run up around this corner. I think just from there. He's going to throw it 30 feet to this tile right here.
A thermal detonator? Remind me, what's the range on that? Like, or what's the... I'm sorry, yeah, what's the radius?
30 feet to throw with a 20-foot radius, so it'll hit all three of those guys.
But would it hit Rivos?
Oh, I didn't know Rivos was there.
He's standing in the doorway.
It would.
But, I mean, you could throw it back a bit, and, I mean, if you threw it, like, right on this square, you would hit all three, right?
Okay, sure. Do you want me to... Do I roll anything to see if I hit that square, actually?
No, I think that as long as it's in range, you can sort of direct it. Does that... That's an item that you can sort of roll and have a template, or no?
It doesn't ask me to roll anything, it just says it's an action, so I think...
Let me check it out in your sheet. So it's what was it called?
Thermal detonator, so I put it in the chat there.
Oh, I see. But it's
If you
not.
made at a point you can see within 30 feet plus your strength modifier. But actually, your strength modifier is negative. I don't know if that would make a difference.
No, it's fine. You're within 30 feet. So strength. Each character 20 feet radius, DC 14 dex save, 2d6 fire, 2d10 kinetic. So let me just build that real quick because it will probably be faster if I build it. So repeat that back to me. What did I just say?
Dex.
20 foot radius, right?
Yeah.
Range doesn't matter. It's a
2d6 fire, 2d10 kinetic.
it's a saving throw. What was it? Save DC? Dex 14 dex. And then give me the damage again. 2d.
2d6 fire, 2d10 kinetic.
Jeez, 2d10 fire and kinetic. All right. Yep, that's probably faster than me doing a bunch of other math. Okay, go ahead and roll it again. Should give you the ability to put it where you want it. Nope.
Oh, cool. Oh no, I didn't click.
Oh, sorry, I did click.
Oh.
Well, that works.
Only targeted 2 out of 3 though.
You're right. So he's gonna give me a dex save. Yeah, I just clicked it to see what would happen. So, oh yeah, he would die. Yep, he's done. So yes, describe your thermal detonator. You could have saved a lot of time, and I could have just said like, yeah, it's probably gonna kill them all.
You're just going to pace back and forth. He's confused what to do. He pulls out the thermal detonator, has a eureka moment. He's like, I could do this. I could do this. He psychs himself up, runs around the corner, realizes there's 3 of them there, paces back and like skids on the ground a little bit, chucks it their direction as hard as he can with his weak little arms. Like powers and takes cover as it just the biggest explosion he's ever seen in person, and he paces right back down to the corner. He has no idea what he just did.
Wowzers.
Minnick just thinks all kinds of Jedi powers are going on the other side of the room.
As you see Ramos just like literally dodge an explosion.
That's pretty great.
And let me see. That was I used all my movement to do that.
Would we have heard that?
Yeah, you would have heard that.
Would it have startled the guards in so much that we would be able to break free from a grapple?
I feel like you should roll a. Let me see. The guards would have startled them. Explosion. I mean,
maybe the other two guys. I know I'm small and weak, but
yeah, I'll give you guys each a reaction as the explosion erupts. Xyle, Beetle, and QB can do a. Um, let's do a yeah, I'll give you a strength with advantage against each of these. So let's start with Xyle. He's
Control, right?
alt because you're gonna have advantage with the. He's gonna do straight strength, but you're gonna have advantage. So you have to beat 17, and you are still grappled by him. Let's go with Beetle.
Alright, it's alt.
Alt, yep, and you have to beat a 5.
Okay, for some reason it didn't roll a second one.
You're fine. He only had a 5 anyway, so you are able to get released from the grapple. And then the last one is going to be QB. With you have to beat a 16.
Can I assist in any way with?
Now that you're free, well, he didn't need it, so he is also ungrappled. So explosion erupts. You all are managed to squeeze out of your various grips, and we're gonna shift to this one. As soon as he gets you get out of his grapple, he's going to vibromace you there, Beetle. He's gonna try to get you back subdued. He misses, so you get released. You're able to avoid that vibromace. This one here, QB, as soon as you release from him, he whips out his vibromace, and he misses you as well. Ooh, 41 Vex. You, Minnick, you see this droid walking in. He's got some of these pieces sticking out of him for various protocol. It looks like a sort of a medical droid, and he starts to wander in. And he sees this Gamorrean and targets him with a Colto pack. Oops, that's not going to let me do it. Let me just fix his sheet real quick. I know. So we're going to just make that a at will really quick. Boo. So he reaches over and begins to apply some medicine to your Gamorrean right above you, healing him for 6 points as sort of a shot of something goes into him. You hear him kind of, and he pushes the droid back a little bit, but then you could see he's a little bit healed. Pash is in this. I don't know where he's at. He's gone.
It's gonna help us, right?
Odds or evens, buddy?
Odds.
You got 200 credits.
Evens, 16. Sorry. I did get 200 credits. Actually, I think I like it because he's moving out. He hears the klaxon alarm. This is the scene, right? He's sort of walking out. He exits the final barrier to the palace, looking out at the desert, still sort of holding his stomach. He sort of goes back. He feels the credits in his hand. He hears the klaxon alarm goes off, and he goes, I mean, he thanked my wife for her meal. That was... I'm gonna go back, and so he will. Minnick's the only one that sort of hears this, but you probably don't see it, Minnick. But you start to hear some commotion going on in the battery room, sort of behind you. I would say, for lack of a better description, and a blaster pistol goes off, and. You hear the sound of a Gamorrean who... Gotta equip the pistol, Jeff. These are PCs, not NPCs. And then, yeah, the Gamorrean gets hit with it, and you hear him sort of holler out. And yes, okay. So now, oh, and that's the one that's gonna fight him. So Pash might get a little Vibra Mace as well, as it misses. So Pash sort of ducks back behind the battery. Gosh, where are we? This one's still gripping Zyle. Do you want to do a contested strength, Zyle? And he could just,
Absolutely.
yeah, he's gonna just basically try to hang on to you as his buddies are. He got to beat a 10. Not quite.
I'm so weak.
So he actually tries to pull you back. That technically is leaving Beetle's Space Beetle. So you've got this guy here if you wanted to do an opportunity attack as he tries to bring your human buddy back down the stairs.
Which one is
It's
target?
Beetle's gotta be targeting that one. Yep.
Sure. Okay.
So he's just basically trying to pull you back, but since he's leaving Beetle's space and Beetle's hands are free, he can make the attack. Not Zyle, Beetle.
I'm gonna pull out my assault cannon, and I'm just gonna start just going at it. Can I? It's not like a melee attack. It's anything I have, right?
Anything.
All right. Well.
Oh yeah, so that's gonna hit as he starts to pull. Oh man, you hurt him so bad. I'm gonna have to give Zyle another strength check opportunity because that's a. Oops. I'll give you with advantage since he's hurt. Oh, it doesn't matter. He's got a 4, but do it with advantage, Zyle. Oh yeah. So after the blast, he's thrown back a little bit. His grip is released. Zyle, you have full access to your body, your equipment. Yeah. And it's your turn. Look at that.
Cool. I pull my weapons from the droid as an action.
Oh, oh yeah, that's right. You had them stored.
No, I have no equipment right now.
I'll give you that as a
No,
bonus
no,
action.
I'm
I mean,
so bound. The
oh,
general traded
that's.
in. So I'm in an awkward spot right now. I can't do much.
That's true. You are bound.
Cool, I'm ungrappled, but I can't do anything.
So yeah,
I
you've.
could try breaking your wrist, and we can just like slide them out.
That's not a thing, unfortunately. With these particular cuffs.
uh,
I need to end my turn.
Yeah, Beetle, you are up if you want to try to help him out.
I'm gonna help him out, and you know what? I think it'll be better if we can get them off of us. I am going to do the my burst attack with my assault cannon now. When I make a ranged weapon attack with the burst property, I can spray a 10-foot cube area within range and hit each target. Each target in the area must make a dex check to see if they take damage or not.
Okay. Can you throw that in chat or no?
Yeah, hold on.
Pay no attention to the dice rolls.
Is there a way to just like kind of like put a part of the thing, or do I have to?
What is it again? What's it called?
It's the assault cannon. It's burst.
Oh, I see. Yeah, so I could put it in chat for folks because. Have I mentioned I have a new mouse that I've programmed to have copy and paste features right in the mouse?
That's pretty fire.
Must
It's
make
a magical
that
thing.
a lot easier.
It's very magical. So yes, range attack with the burst property. You can spray 10-foot cube with shots consuming ammunition equal to the number. Each creature must make a dex save. 8 plus the bonus to attacks with the weapon. What's your bonus to attacks with that?
I need to check. Hold on.
Probably dex 2 plus your proficiency, so probably plus 4?
It's strength because it's a heavy weapon.
Still plus 4?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
so that's 12. So wait, 8 plus 4, so 12. Okay, so you're going to do this in a 10-foot cube. I don't think you can choose not to. So you're gonna just do the 2 at the south end of the stairs?
Yes.
Okay, so these 2 have to do a dex save, or no, dex, yeah, dex save of 12. 1 fails, 1 succeeds, and the failing one, he has to do what now? I guess it's the normal.
Sorry for both of them. Or take the weapons. So they take the I'm trying to.
I would assume it's just
It's just I think it's just the damage.
I think it's just the damage. Yeah, what's the damage? I mean, this guy's nearly dead, so we don't have to do that because the one that failed is nearly dead. So, as you blast that entire area, one is able to sort of pin himself against the wall and avoid. Is it half damage on a save? No, it doesn't say.
Yeah, it doesn't say. So I think it's up. It may be up to your discretion.
Let me just check it out one more time. Assault cannon. Yeah, it doesn't say much. I think the burst is just that you can.
Says you take the weapon's normal damage if they fail the saving throw.
Right, if they failed. So if they succeed, then they basically don't get hit. So it's just another way to use the weapon. So yeah, that one's good. All right, Beetle 1's dead. Anything else?
No, I think that's it for me.
Okay. I mean, it's up to you guys in terms of whether we make this a late night or whether we pause mid-battle because we're coming up on 10:30. Think about it. Revos, what are you doing?
Yeah. So I do plan on going out, so I don't want to keep it a late night.
Cool.
Just because I have some plans, just to let you know. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take. Sorry, I just need to move my character out of here.
Yeah,
so,
you're like in the door.
I'm gonna use a dash action to go up here. I can use it as a bonus action because of my fighting style. It's not letting me move because of the door. Great. Right here. I then. Oh my gosh, jeez, please. Thank you. All right. So I then will look at the little creature, and actually, I'm sorry. I'm gonna actually move right next to him. I was gonna force disarm him.
The Gamorrean?
Force murder them. So I'm gonna grab a two-handed lightsaber and just strike him down.
Oh, yeah, that's a crit hit. Easy. That was, Jesus, 19 damage? That was crit hit and crit damage. Is that like a... I don't think I have it programmed to do max damage. That was a good hit.
It basically just added, yeah, I just lucked out, basically. Basically, can I just say that what happened is, like, I went like this, grabbed the lightsaber, and I just cut him in half, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I just stepped right through him. I look at Minnick, and it's kind of a side of Revos that you haven't seen, but you can see rage in his eyes as he doesn't want his friends to die.
Where did Revos go? I was gonna tell him that I've heard friendly fire coming from the other room. We need to hurry and get in there.
Oh yeah, I heard that too.
And you see the little 41 Vex droid sort of go to the half of a Gamorrean, and you see sort of the shoulders slump a little bit. Minnick, you're up, actually.
Well, I can fully see this droid, and I'll Ranger query him real quick. Take aim, and... fire.
That is a miss. And as you... I'll actually tell you this so that way if you want to change your mind, I'm okay with that. I should have stopped you. But you know that 41 Vex is just like a healer droid that goes around and takes care of all of Teemo's buddies. He doesn't actually have any threatening sort of things.
He doesn't, like, control this.
No, I mean, he is in the comms room. He's sort of like, yeah, runs things, but I mean, he's still a threat in terms of like he's gonna heal any downed baddies. So, but either way, you missed.
Yep.
QB, I think what we're gonna do, guys, is finish this round, which is still quite a bit, and then we'll just end and pick up mid combat. QB, you're released. A big blast of fire goes in the middle of the stairs there. You've got this Gamorrean right next to you who is uninjured.
What would it take? What kind of shackles are on Zyle?
He's got those custom shock binders on. So there's the metal binders that go around each wrist, and they're sort of connected. Zyle, are they in the front or the back of you?
They're in the back of me.
So he's bound back.
I don't imagine how I can break
Why?
them.
Why didn't we give QB the controller?
That's a good question.
I mean, you could do a strength check to break them. I would imagine. I don't know if they have a specific DC, but I was just gonna call it like. Let's see.
Would a
Oh,
vibro dagger like through it?
they have an AC. They have an AC of 10 and 15 hit points. So yeah, they have.
Nice though.
Yep.
Take quite a few hits.
Don't get a 1.
Yeah, I know, right? I don't know what to do, Zyle.
I'll get like the 4th crit fail of the night.
I know.
I mean, you can try and then see how it goes.
The klaxon's still going, but I'm done with it.
I don't know about that. I might be better off using the. I feel like shooting an energy bow at it. I'm too close. So
You're
I'm
too
gonna have
close.
to use a vibro dagger. I'll just roll a regular vibro dagger.
You know, some GMs make a whole action to change weapons. I'm like, boring. All right, make your attack. No, I don't want you to do that. I just feel like that's a waste of time.
Some
You're.
DMs make you reload.
Inspiration, Mike. Mike's never liked that rule. He's been with me from the beginning. But how many arrows do you have, Mike? I don't play that rule. What are you doing, Steve?
I'm trying to. I can't use my vibro dagger.
Why not?
It is not equipped.
I see it equipped on your sheet.
What I thought, but it won't roll it. Sir.
Worked for me.
In,
You're hit. I guess I programmed that too.
you hit the guy in front of me. I'm using the vibro dagger on his cuffs, not on the guy in front of me.
Oh, I see. My bad. That's why I was confused. Like, why are you just working? So with the cuffs, let me just bring out an actor with like a AC 10 and 15 hit points. That would be easy. Oops. So that hits, and then you might have to do damage. Let me see if I could do it real quick. Okay, so yeah, it scores the. Did that still hit the Gamorrean? I guess. Gosh, maybe had him targeted or something. So for 7 damage, the you see the score marks from your vibro dagger and a little bit of a spark, but they're still solid on the back of Zyle there. Anything else, QB?
Yeah, as a bonus action, I am going to disengage from this guy in front of me and move 25 feet away.
Okay.
That's it.
Euro.
All right, so Euro, after his turn, is just gonna like slump down against the wall a little bit and just kind of breathe, taking in the total havoc he just threw at these poor Tusken Raiders. He's gonna go back around the corner now. All right, so there's Gamorreans still up near Exile and Beetle.
Near. Oh yes. Sorry.
What's
Yes.
that figure between the two of them? I see an
Can
icon
you-
between the.
Oh, that's the. I just put that on. That's representing the binders, but that are binding
Oh, okay.
Xyle. I just put a thing to target.
Standing in this doorway, Euro also sees the Twi'lek that is up here. What's she doing?
Good question. She. So
Her sister says hi.
I'm imagining that she is standing by the pillar with a pistol and sort of looking around. She sees. Well, you probably maybe don't. Yeah, you do see some folks coming down the way. She sees them, and then she's looking at you all, and she sees you, and she's sort of trying to slump into the pillar and the wall, like the space between, trying to go unnoticed.
Euro's going to gesture to her, like, stand, like, gesture towards the wall, and he's going to take a shot at this Gamorrean near Exile.
Great.
Hold on a second. Features.
So he's a couple steps down, but you still see, you know, chest up.
I'm just making sure my ranges and checks and balances are okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so this would be at disadvantage if I can move a little bit further forward. Why not?
Yes, expose yourself into the hallway.
Okay, so that just barely avoids disadvantage.
Okay.
Euro is also going to use, before he takes his shots, critical analysis, which doesn't do anything on its own, but after that, risk versus reward, so I can use that d6 again.
You got it.
Okay,
Hey!
advantage with this.
You got it. He's a gambling man.
Advantage with alt.
That did not work, huh?
Oh, okay.
You could just roll it
One more
again.
time.
Yep.
That's better.
All right, with a hit, your blaster makes its way through. Xyle, the Gamorrean right behind you, as I'm imagining that you're facing down the stairs, because that's where your token's facing, and you just hear this big blast and thump, and you like feel the heavy body of a Gamorrean sort of hit the back of your legs as you look and see his body being pulled by gravity down towards you.
Awesome. Am I free now?
No, you still have the binders. Nobody's grappling you.
No one's cared to get my binders off me. It's so funny.
So there's a lot of NPC. Oh my gosh, Xyle and okay. So there's a. What do I want? I'll make this quick.
Can I like? Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use my rotund, giant, girthy body and just like body slam this other Gamorrean in front of me.
Oh wait, hold on.
We're gonna call an unarmed attack.
Hold on, it's not your turn. I was trying to like make it faster. I know I said your name, but then it was actually.
I was like, oh god, you can do stuff.
I know. So these guys are just gonna move forward. This one here is going to still try to attack the beetle with the vibra mace. I'm just gonna go a little faster, guys. Less flavor text here. This Gamorrean here is just gonna continue making his way down the hall. This one, Vex, 41 Vex. What are you doing? He's gonna move over here and try to heal this guy with a Colto pack. Just a little juice. Oh yes, Pash. Forgot you're here. He does his blaster pistol. Or I guess yeah, it's blaster. He's gonna blast him. He does defeat. Nope, not quite. He basically undoes the 41 Vex's healing medicine. This Gamorrean's moving down the hall. This one is going to attack Pash. See, I told you, I was like a lot of NPCs in a row. It's just like bada boom, bada bing. Misses. Pash is okay, y'all. Xyle, now you get to do what you want to do.
Alright, so, because I'm still bound, because no one found it prudent to take my binders off, I'm going to body slam into this Gamorrean over here, and we're going to treat it as an unarmed attack and see how it goes.
Okay.
And this might prone me if it goes terribly wrong.
Yeah, you're just doing a body slam. You're just slamming your body into him, trying to knock him down the stairs, maybe.
Yep, that's all I'm doing.
Okay. Yeah, with the 8, you slam against. I mean, you're a human. He's a Gamorrean, so it's like, bam, just like you just you basically lose wind as you realize that that was a really silly move to try to knock this guy off.
And yeah, that is my immaculate turn.
All right, we are gonna end the day with Beetle.
All right. The problem is I don't really have I don't have any sharp objects to help you get out of those binders. Can I shoot the binders?
Yeah, I have it over here, so you could target it, but yeah, it has an AC and a HP.
Okay, I'm just gonna hit it with a wrist blaster shot.
Sure. Oh yeah, 18's gonna hit, and does 3 more damage. Sorry, it's not broken yet.
Stuck forever.
All right, I'm gonna move it to the top of the order. We're gonna start off with Revos next time. Oh boy. Well,
This went poorly quickly.
I mean, yeah.
Next time, no
all of the
planning.
tech checks, all of them.
Every single one of them.
Every single master plan we had went to hell. I love it.
I don't know why I did the tech check, but I was just like, all right, then rolling the one, just like the most Gungan thing possible. So,
You know what? Euro's side goal may not have worked out totally, but in the end, it's probably a good thing they split up.
That's great.
Yeah.
That was great.
Probably ended up being for the best.
It's yeah, super. I know you gotta go. I'll let you know what we decide in terms of next session. I'd like to get it soon since we're so close. So yeah, just be on the lookout in the Discord for that.
sounds good.
So yeah.
Later, y'all.
Later.
Bye.
I usually struggle with those nat ones to be, figure out what they are supposed to do, but that one was the easy one.
So obvious, yeah. Done. Watched the
That was
entire
great.
mission in one go.
All right.
Plan gone.
I know it's late, y'all. What do you want to do for next session in terms of?
No one will be available again, honestly. I'm starting a new job.
Well, I was even thinking. I mean, if people were up for it, I know 2 nights in a row is hard, but next Friday that's 4th of July weekend. I mean, otherwise we're looking at the July 8th. I mean, I could do Sunday probably. But then the week is busy.
This weekend,
I won't be back until the 2nd, but the problem is for work, me and my coworker are like switching who's on vacation, so I'm gonna be the only person in our department, so I basically have to be on call.
Okay,
So
what
I
about
can't really-
what about July 8th or July 9th? Because
That'll work for me.
I know it's 2 weeks. I would rather, try to get it going, but I know people's schedules, and with 6 of us, I think we should probably stick to every other. So, July
As far
8th or
as how
July?
it goes for me, that is right between the two jobs, so yeah, that's fine.
Really? Okay.
Well, that works.
So we'll plan for Friday, July 8th, unless something comes up. You good, Zyle?
Yep, 7:30. That's fine with me.
Yep, we'll do 7:30, July 8th.
Great.
All right.
Thanks for the fun session, guys. I needed that. It's been a rough week.
Been a rough day.
Thank you for your creativity and flexibility and all that jazz.
Hijinks and-
Yeah, shenanigans and
I was almost regretting my decision
yeah.
for a minute there.
Uh,
Trader.
all right.